just a moment to make sure everything's set up properly. Refresh the page. Alright. Hello everyone, Lunar here, and today we're doing the second half of the special two-part interview with the DC cast and crew. With my co-host today, Scorn13, and as you can tell, we have a good lineup of guests. So, let's start off with the GM.
Hello everybody, I am Blaze409. I am the DM for Dimension Chasers, which is the game we're talking about. I'm also just a general member of Treasure Tales and all that stuff.
Alright, and next, for our left, Nell Celestine.
Hello! Hello, ladies, gentlemen, others. My name is Nell. I'm the face of Treasure Tales. I play Amy on Dimension Chasers, also known as Elium Trador. This has been a ridiculous year-long journey so far. And I am so glad that not only is everybody here part of the team, that everybody watching has just been enjoying it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And next up is newcomer to the team. Introduce yourself, since you pretty much stole the show in the last few parts.
Just doing my job. What's up, everyone? My name is Violet. You can find me on Twitch at Violet Nova VT. I make a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh content, a little bit of variety, and I am really excited to finally join Dimension Chasers. We have been brewing this forever, and things just didn't line up for a long time, but it's finally happening, and I'm really glad to be here. I play the mysterious antagonist character, Moonlight, who appeared in the most recent episodes.
Nice. Alright, and for the special guest I've been hinting toward, we have one of the creators of Perfect Draw themselves. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name's Iris St. Clair, and I played Jessica Sheffrey in Session 3 of Dimension Chasers, and also I happen to be co-writer of this little-known game called Perfect Draw.
Just a small game.
Just a small game.
Ultra niche indie game.
I'm sure you've never heard of it before.
It's totally not always on the top list on Itch.io or something. I don't know.
It's definitely not competing with like exclusively Lancer for top
page.
Yeah. It's not like we're getting failed stage.
Oh my god.
I literally remember taking a screenshot the second I saw it go above Lancer and sending it like, yo!
Yeah, I was going feral when that happened. I have no idea.
That's insane.
Oh,
like, as someone who has played Lancer and enjoys it,
yeah, Lancer's really good. That is
an
accomplishment.
God, I used to do
Lancer.
Lancer.
It's cool.
Now we need to make him back.
Dimension Chasers continue and flourish over this past year has been just an absolute joy. Y'all are doing incredibly.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
so glad that you've loved me and Nora's labor of love so much.
Couldn't have done it without you. Like, seriously, we couldn't have.
Thumbs up. I hope the rule set has continued to be to your liking.
You buffed one character's deck so much with just one rule change. Holy cow.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah, you know how you change the weekend?
Oh, yes.
We have a guest character who's now a permanent character. Their deck focuses on putting tokens on the enemies that weaken them. And before the deck was okay, now it is completely broken.
Yep.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Sorry about that.
It's
balancing. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so
I'm sure it was designed as Makona intended.
Oh my god.
All according to Makona's plans. If you ask them, I'm sure they'd say that their dev team is very intentional with all their choices.
Oh my god.
All according to Kaikaku.
Translation, no. Kikaku means plan.
Wow.
So, everyone ready for first set of questions.
Fire away.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
do it.
So,
No, but I'll do it anyway.
so this one's for Violet. I've asked pretty much everyone else this, so it's your turn for this question. How did it feel to be able to create Moonlight, and what was your thought process behind making your character?
So, I've very much approached Dimension Chasers as more than just a game I want to sit down and play for fun with my friends. I'm really thinking about the fact that this is an audience facing game and I am really here to make good content. So, coming in late as a character who's kind of got baked in weight in the story, it was really important to me to design the character in a way to interact with the existing established characters who everyone is going to know and love by the time they meet her in a fun way that the audience would enjoy. So that goes down to the visual level of her design. Also, like if you look at her avatar in game, we haven't seen her IRL yet, but you'll notice it's basically color wheel opposites from Ame, Nell's character's avatar.
It's true. It's very true.
Very clever.
Yeah, I tried to make a mirror of the protagonist because of how we were positioning her in the story. And Amy is definitely kind of the protagonist early in season 1. She feels like the main character. Not that everyone else doesn't get tons of spotlight as the show goes on, because they do. But that was my approach to creating her, and I really had fun with it. It's been an awesome time.
So, what was going through your mind when you decided to go with that personality for Moonlight there?
Well, I'll tell you one thing off the bat without spoiling anything for future episodes, which is that we don't really know her very well as a character yet. She's someone who keeps her cards close to her chest and has a lot of personal baggage and doesn't trust people easily.
And not all that
So-
personal baggage is written on the character sheet.
No, it's true.
I'm guessing there wasn't enough room for it.
So, what you're seeing right now is a bit of her putting on a face because she knows she has to play the villain even more than she actually does. She's leaning into it in character. And I wanted to design someone who would fill the niche of the rival who is like high key an antagonist every chance they get, which is a thing we see in pretty much every Yu-Gi-Oh series, which we've borrowed so much inspiration from. That wasn't a character we've really had yet in Dimension Chasers, so I am having a lot of fun hamming it up and acting like I am cooler than everyone else, and they are barely fit to walk on the ground that my shoes have touched.
I think we
I'm
can
surprised she doesn't do the oh ho ho laugh at this point, honestly.
It could happen. It could happen.
I think we can all agree that Moonlight pretty much literally stole the show and then some for that whole
Yes.
first introduction there.
The way
I have to bring this up. When we went to the winter hiatus, and the fact that that's where we left off on, the chat erupted. The chat literally erupted. It was incredible.
Yep. I was
So-
putting big expletives in the chat about it.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the scenes tidbit from that episode. There were some minor communication issues, and I did not know I was going to be on air in that episode until 3 hours before they went live.
I am so
Well,
sorry.
So no, it's all good. It happens. You
that
guys
explains
are.
the crunch time thing you mentioned about her art. Did you make that in the 3 hours before the session?
That was a quick edit of my initial character design sketch I did when I was creating her.
Oh, you were just cleaning it up. Fair enough.
Yeah,
It worked
I
out.
cleaned it up
Good.
as best as I could and I sent it.
Sounds like very much one of those
So-
shit moments.
Yes, I
am so sorry.
it's all good. You guys are doing a very ambitious project, and I know there's a lot of things up in the air at any given time. No hard feelings about that at all. It was just funny that what turned into a really iconic moment with the audience was something I essentially woke up, rolled out of bed, and stumbled into.
Well,
Hey, the
makes
best
it
Just
is
cool.
how amazing she is.
All right, now this is gonna be a combo question. This is for both Blaze and Iris.
Oh,
So, Iris, we're gonna start with you
Yeah.
for this part. How does it feel knowing that the system you created, Perfect Draw, has gotten this much attention in such a short amount of time?
humbled and honored, frankly. Like the Kickstarter, me and Nora expected it to maybe like make 1/10, 1/20th of the money that it actually made. And like this is a thing that we've been working on for the last 5 years. And to see it have come from its original, like, extremely rough draft state to we're getting physical books of it soon. People are making amazing projects like this and all of the other actual plays and campaigns. It's just mind blowing to see.
Mhm.
And Blaze, how does it
Yes.
feel knowing that not only you've been able to make the first Dimension Chasers game based off Perfect Draw, but also closing out on your 1-year anniversary? Did you think you guys would be able to last this long?
Honestly, I'm amazed that, like, because we were gonna keep going no matter what. Like, that wasn't really part of us deciding, to do it. While we wanted it to be successful, we weren't initially expecting it. Our first game, Cloudbreaker Alliance, love it, and it has its diehard audience of about 12 people. And those 12 people tuned into every single episode, and I love all of them. But Perfect Draw doing as well as it has been super cool. Like, it's just blown my mind. Like, we get, like I was saying, also we were talking in chat earlier, just to each other, but Dimension Chasers right now gets about 100 views per episode, if not more. I want to say the last 2 episodes have gotten about 200 views each in just the week that they've been up, or less than a week that they've been up. So the success we've been seeing with Dimension Chasers just blows my mind, and the fact that it's been going this long and it's still doing this well is insane. And that's after, of course, we did like the worst thing you can do as a YouTube channel and split it off to a new YouTube channel and start over from 0 audience. Yeah.
A horrifying choice to have to make, really, but honestly, it seems like it's paying off.
It
And
is.
yet the first episode still has 2,000 views as we speak right now.
Oh yeah, like it got back to like the original. I want to say had over 1,000. I think it had over 1,000 views. The original.
Hold on,
one.
I can find out
Oh, okay.
Hey,
because I don't delete stuff, so it's just been privated on the original channel.
The
I-
current upload of the first episode is at over 2K.
Look,
Deeply
at least-
impressive and
at
very
least
deserved.
1,000 of those views.
Do you have something to confess to the, to
Alright,
the
so
chat?
Dimension Chasers episode 1 on the original channel, before being privated, was at 3,340 views.
Oof.
So
And-
if you add that to the new one as well, we're sitting at almost 6,000 views on episode 1.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
And the most beautiful thing to me about Dimension Chasers is at least episode 1, it is an evergreen piece of content. So if every other this is kind of some behind the scenes stuff, but every video on YouTube eventually is going to kind of flatten out on its views. It's not going to get any new views. But Dimension Chasers episode 1, it is a steady growth ever since we released it. It is always getting views. Even if it's only like 1 or 2 a day, 3 or 4 a day, it's always getting views, and it's always in our top video. Like, it's always in our top, like, 3 or 4 videos, like, just getting views on a daily basis, which is fascinating to me. Typically, it's whatever, piece of content released in the last couple days. and then maybe something else that's just really popular, like Dragon Ball has been, and then it is Dimension Chasers Episode 1. And it's so cool that people still are tuning in to see the first episode. It's just amazing. I cannot put into words how much I love how Dimension Chasers is doing and how much people love it.
Mm-hmm.
With all the hard work you guys do and everyone involved, I'm honestly not surprised because y'all have been pretty much breaking your minds and backs and everything else to get all this content done and made. And it's like it just keeps improving each time you guys have a new session with any of your series. It's like,
Thank you.
all the hard work by everyone, it's showing so well.
Yeah, the amount of like effort into custom backgrounds, music, character art, just all of it is legitimately gorgeous and breathtaking. And I want to shout out Blaze here as well. Blaze, you're doing a great job at like making an engaging and engrossing setting for the cast.
thank you
It's
so
really
much.
fun to get to see Nexus City bloom the way it is.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
I will tell you that.
Hmm?
Sorry, go ahead, Blaze.
I was gonna say I'm glad people like it.
All right.
Yeah, the team really spares no expense, be it time, money, effort, literally anything. That's part of why I'm so late to the party, is because I knew joining Dimension Chasers was essentially going to become a part-time job, and I was not able to make that commitment initially at the beginning of season 1.
Fair.
I think it's paid off because the amount of time to have Moonlight be essentially just waiting in the background as a tacit threat about like Ame and Commander Hikari and all of that, and now we get the payoff. I think it's honestly kind of made it even more impactful of, oh crap, this is a major character, and having them as like not only a foil to Ame, but also to almost all of the antagonists that came before as this very human but also very prideful and haughty rival. It's just really great to see.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
So,
Well,
Dimension Chasers expansion for Perfect Draw win.
Oh my god.
Maybe when we do the second print run.
I wanted to interject one more thing. Since we were talking about numbers on the YouTube channel, one thing that really blows my mind is that the baseline for any given episode is over 100. That means there are over 100 people caught up on Dimension Chasers current right now.
Mm-hmm.
That absolutely blows my mind.
Yeah, it
Honestly, likely even more because there's probably people who watch it on Twitch as it happens, but then not on the YouTube VODs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I've only watched a couple of the VODs. I've watched most of them live, so that's definitely a thing.
Yeah, the live count on average for DC is 18 to 20. That's for concurrent, consistent viewers. Sometimes it flexes up, sometimes it flexes down. But just having that as an average number, that's people that just show up. That's people that are there watching it live.
Mm-hmm.
All good things all around. Now then, it is time for Scorn. You get to ask the questions now. Hit them.
Uh-oh.
Well, I think I'll start today off just like I did yesterday. As I explained before, one of my favorite things when I was younger, every time I get a DVD, is a section of it called Behind the Scenes, of course. Because who doesn't love learning just what goes into really making what you love? So, my question to everybody here today, for this first question, will be, what are some of your favorite behind-the-scenes moments that you've had, or things that have just been like moments that really put something into perspective for you about creating this project? And for Iris, if you don't have something with DC in mind for this, anything from Perfect Draw's creation that you have in mind, that would work as well.
Should I go first, or should I wait for everyone else to speak?
Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll fire off then. The balancing factors of Perfect Draw have been very interesting to do. I don't know who here remembers this, but in the very early versions of it, while it was still called Deckcasters and then Card Games in Dangerous Places, I still hold a soft spot in my heart for like all of the skills that we had to remove or completely rebalance because like I was the one to go and like break them in playtesting, and then I had to go to Nora like, this is way too good. We need to get rid of this immediately. One of those that comes to mind is it was a skill on the glowing called the Purifier, and essentially it was just add 3 effect points to a card of your choice or spread between cards.
Oh
And I
my
was like, this doesn't fit the glowing, and also this lets you make the most insane cards possible. We
Oh,
need to destroy this.
oh. As someone who prides themselves into putting some pretty good effects on things with an EP cost, that is insanity.
So, Blaze, when are we adding this to Dimension Chasers?
no.
Blaze, run.
Okay, so
Blaze,
real quick.
You
Cover
just
your
want to
ears.
the Purifier. You can't afford to do this.
No.
You'll ruin us all.
Oh god, no. So like that would be the equivalent of putting a DC deck into Errata.
Yeah.
It would
Oh, yes.
break
Yeah.
everything.
As one of the balancers of Errata, yes. I have discussed this many times with Faye, exactly like the ideas of what we would do if we had to deal with a DC deck, and it's just like, just fireball staple them to death. That's all you got.
Good luck.
Chip them down. Chip them down.
Something- Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I was
One
joking.
more behind the scenes thing that's less about game balance and more about the actual construction work. While working with a publishing partner has been an honor, and they've done some really incredible work. Like,
Mhm.
we're getting color covers now, which is something that we could have never dreamed of in the past. And they look gorgeous.
amazing.
I can confirm this
They
from our
look
real copy.
incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why it's taken so long to get the books out to everyone, and for this I dearly apologize, is because due to some communication issues with the publishers, they were working under a very different publishing size than Nora and I had planned. And so they were like, hey, can you adjust these pages? And Nora was like, I don't think they needed that, but okay. And then they were like, oh, can you actually, can we adjust the cover now? And then Nora followed up, and it was like, oh no. Oh no.
And thus,
But thankfully that's all been resolved now, and Japanime is doing an excellent job on shipping them out, and soon we should be getting the hard proofs, and then shortly after that, everyone else should be getting their copies.
Hooray!
So I
wait.
look forward to
I'm
that.
so
Yeah, wait.
excited.
Yeah, I was one of those people who immediately jumped on the hardcover and then was hopefully waiting for a NPC slot to open that never did.
They were sold out within the first 12 hours.
Oh yeah, and then when
We
you
had
guys added the other
four,
5,
and then they were gone.
yeah,
I'm just blowing on my
my
fingers
mother
for being
actually-
number one.
My mother actually wanted to get one because just for the content, and I was
Mm.
like, about that? Yeah, they sold out by 9 a.m. today. But we'll be doing a second run in maybe a week if it gets enough support. So I'll alert you then. That happens. I alert her as it goes up,
and it's gone.
and she doesn't get there in time. So
Oh
she's
my
just
God.
so now she's just like, please, when you do Despair Dilemma, just make sure to call me and immediately get me to do this.
They were gone in 5 minutes. I feel like they were just pew.
But at
I
least
will
we got Armane as the Dimension Chasers rep, and
Yes.
it was an honor
And
working
Kiddo.
with Nell to make the deck work in there. It was frankly difficult because I don't know if you know this about the formatting of the guys, but they're all one page. And getting in as much lore about Arme as to make her compelling in a one-page format while also fitting in all of the armored maidens and their effects,
Mhm.
it was
A challenge?
I will say this is partially my fault because I tend to be prosaic. I am definitely the purple prose writer of me and Nora, I'll say that.
Mhm.
And I mean that both as a compliment and as an insult to myself.
For what it's worth, the translation did very well. I think from DC to PD.
I
Yeah,
think so.
I mean, we ended up having to buff Hikari before she came out, just to bring her up to the current power level in universe. But in the Perfect Draw system, like core book, she's still, along with the rest of that deck, a absolute monster of a card.
Oh yes.
Oh, 100%.
Alright, so who would like...
But enough about me. I want to hear about Yul and some of the behind the scenes of Dimension Traces.
Oh,
Sorry for taking up so much time
allow
there.
me.
Oh,
So,
boy.
Fire away.
Go for it.
I have a wonderful naming scheme for when I make files for this show.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Blaze, stop messing up the template.psd.
Oh no.
Yep, that is the most recent one for sure. But like I've had like Silly Fish was the first file name for the Shinryu card, stuff like that. But like that's just some of the fun things that I do, as I just come up with weird, ridiculous names for files. And then I spend half an hour later on going, what the hell did I name it again?
That reminds me
Oh no.
of some of the file
consequences
names
of your
for
inaction.
art in errata.
But thankfully, I usually keep stuff all grouped together properly. So like character sheets are in character spots, banners are in banners. But like the file names it's half the fun of me trying to design this stuff. Like the frog token card for Kero is Froggers.
Roggers.
The perfect draw card that I have to remake now because of our new card template is called Pack It Up Shows Over Title Drop.
Woo, roll credits, everyone.
Da 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 da.
Let's see. When I finally made the animated effects on the cards, Shinryu was then renamed to HoloFresh.
Oh my god.
Hey yo, it's HoloFresh.
Seiryu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shen's ace card? Okay, just making sure.
Yep. But I think
Connor,
to this
Connor is
day,
screaming in chat.
I think today my absolute favorite name for a card that I made is actually not yours, Vi, but yours, Iris. Oh, yeah, Spatulord!
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Oh my god.
Oh, so... sorry.
I have a story that takes us way back to before DC even officially existed.
Oh?
When Nell and Blaze first got their hands on Perfect Draw, I got pulled in to help them test out the system. And we ran just like a little private one shot. You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Very fun.
And of course, I chose the Prodigy because I am just a rival coded person, apparently.
Hey,
And-
lovely playbook.
Oh my god, my character rolled up and talked so much trash and then got OTK'd by the first NPC she dueled.
Yes! Let's go!
Immediately punished.
So, it's me-
So I
Oh.
have experience being the heel and getting folded.
I believe
I'm
this is what one
continuing-
calls taunt to get bodied.
Mhm.
Yep.
I love that you live a continued existence of showing up, being a badass, and just falling flat on your face.
It's what I do.
I don't know if I'd call Moonlight's performance falling flat on her face.
No,
I
no,
think
no.
she gave the cast a run for their fucking money.
Oh, I mean, a 1v4, and it was that lopsided of a fight, shows just how good that fight really was.
It
Yeah,
was
it was
it was a bit nerve-wracking to pull up, kind of just roll with the RP, end up challenging the entire party to a 4v1, and then having to speed relearn the game systems I hadn't touched in ages in order to feel competent playing that. That was
I guess that's a thing.
I had
That's
to
good.
buff her deck.
that was a little bit nerve-wracking, but we got there, and I'm really happy with how it worked out.
Oh yeah.
Did you intend to go into a 4v1, or was that just in the moment?
There are very, very few scripted things that happen in DC.
Yes.
That was absolutely just freeform RP. I decided I was going to talk the most crap possible, and it happened.
I'm sure Blaze deeply enjoyed having to set everything up for the 4v1 eventually.
Oh yeah. I may or may not have had to completely. I had to keep that in mind when completely rebuilding the table.
Yeah.
Very
Hey,
understandable.
now we can do it again.
True.
And also, look at it this way, Iris. Now you have a case example of a 4v1 match for if anyone asks questions. Because I don't think that's in the book. I think it only goes up to 3.
No, and furthermore, a 4v1 match where one of the people on the 4 is an NPC and the 1 is a player character to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Certainly a unique fight, but I think you all worked it out in execution brilliantly.
There was some comments in the chat too saying, "Oh no, Violet's deck's too small," and I'm sitting here going, "She's getting 4 turns for our 1. Her deck is actually literally on par with Amy's."
I was basically playing like an NPC with my whole deck in my hand.
Fair enough.
and it has been funny because we've been able to see Blaze push some pretty interesting moments of this system, as in he's also fought an NPC with an NPC before in this. And it worked. It happened. It went.
Those are hard to do. Those are hard.
Oh, yes.
You really have to. You have to focus less on winning the duel, which I'm very rarely trying to win a duel, honestly. I mean, you're trying to tell a story with a duel. But
yeah,
you have to do that.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. But I especially have to do that when it's NPC versus NPC.
Mm-hmm.
I really have to kind of get in the headspace for the character and all that kind of stuff. Because that one was Wild Wolf versus Phoebe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was that was a fun one. But having to duel against myself, hard. Turns out that's hard.
As a kid who used to goldfish against himself for years and years, I get it. It's always weird trying to think of another person's point of view in a competitive game.
It's like you're trying to lose, but you're also trying to win. It's like, how am I supposed to do this without melting my brain?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Blaze, do you have any behind the scenes stuff you want to share?
Oof. Let me think for a second. I should have been thinking this whole time.
He was too engrossed in all the stories.
I really was.
Well,
Oh, you know what? Funniest thing behind the scenes thing that changed the entire trajectory for Treasured Tales, in my opinion.
Oh,
So, when we first tried to play this, we did it on Roll20.
oof. Yeah.
Oh god.
That was
that's
one of
right.
That was one of the most painful things I have ever done in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Because Roll20 does not have a good system for adding custom cards to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as someone who has run deck Perfect Draw in Roll20 before, it has a deck system. I would very much hesitate to call it a good deck system or a intuitive deck system or a convenient deck system or
It's
there
there.
are more adjectives I could repeat that phrase with.
It's there.
I think
It doesn't work very well, but it's there.
Yep.
It quote unquote exists.
Mm-hmm. So
Please just use Tabletop Simulator.
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, that's what happened. Was we did it on Roll20. It was god awful. We all hated it, and so we swapped it over to Tabletop Simulator. And the thing with Tabletop Simulator is I had no idea how to do any of the stuff on it, but I knew Hikari. Because Hikari had just opened up some emergency commissions, so I was commissioning her. This is before we were friends. And then I think I asked her then, because she was doing for the commission. I was asking her to do art of the characters from the Perfect Draw starter set, just as something the commissioner to do. And then I'm like, how do you get the card stuff to work? Because she does a Yu-Gi-Oh game. It's on hiatus right now, but she does a Yu-Gi-Oh game in Tabletop Simulator. And she kind of showed me how to get it to work and stuff like that. And because of that, turns out we really like Tabletop Simulator compared to Roll20. So we tried to swap over CBA to Tabletop Simulator. It wasn't loved by all of our players, so we swapped back. But that's the reason why all of our games after that have been in Tabletop Simulator. So if it wasn't for how awful the system for cards are in Roll20, we would probably still be using Roll20.
Mm-hmm.
And
And I do not think it would have been as cool.
Yeah, let's be real. I think TTS
Visually,
is
no.
a much better experience for the viewers.
Oh, so
Oh,
much.
for sure.
The visuals
Oh,
of TTS and what you're able to do really helps with the whole just
yeah.
eye-catching nature, especially because as a game like Perfect Draw is, especially being a PBTA style game, there's not much you do outside of like there's no maps or such usually, obviously in PBTA games. It's more of a very theater of the mind type series of games. But with the fact of how duels take place in Perfect Draw and the way that Blaze runs with limited maps, which I really love that. I am stealing that from you easily. But
If you want my template, just ask.
appreciative. Yeah, no, I think TTS is a great place to do it, especially because you can just basically make a stadium
Mm-hmm.
and it looks good. Hilariously, you go on.
Go right ahead.
I started working my own table a while ago just because I liked your guys' table so much, but I really wanted something that really represented what I wanted to run. Hilariously, since you've changed to the 3.0 table on the show, you have moved everything to the exact same places I did. And I'm a little miffed in a funny way.
Look, we
So, like,
designed it to
God dang it.
make it work.
But yeah, great.
I was like, it already looks like a creepy doppelganger.
it's a basic case of The Simpsons predicted this. In this case, it's called The Scorn Predicted It.
The table redesign was built off of necessity. So when we were rebuilding, I was like, okay, we're gonna have a cast of 4, and then we also have multiple guests on here, there, and everywhere. So I wanted to have the guests each have a spot, because if we have like a big show, like when we reach like major climaxes and whatnot, I want to have enough space for everyone to be able to sit at the table.
Of course.
So I doubled our table size, basically. So instead of 4 players, it would be 8. With the DM's full slot. And I was like, okay, so we can have the 1v1 at the end of the table. And the original room size would not allow for a proper second table for the multi-battle. So we had to massively increase the room size in order to fit that extra table off to the side. And so instead of building the equivalent of a whole second table over there, though, it's technically half a table. Because you know how we originally had the standees in place for both sides in the 2.0 table, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We only have them in place on one side on that one because the table reflects when you flick the camera around, the table where everyone sits now reflects the other side. So the standees are all perfectly lined up.
Also, from chat, Connor is saying, fun fact, there was a very good chance my PC could not run TTS, so I was up in the air if I could even be in DC at that time.
True.
Yeah, it was true. For the first while, we had to get Connor to try to log into Tabletop Simulator an hour beforehand because it would take him 20 minutes to load the room.
I remember those. I remember those earlier moments back in those earlier days where it just, it'd always be funny where it's like, and Connor's computer broke TTS again.
Alright.
Yeah, as a laptop user, I could share in those frustrations. Right now, I'm running a different tabletop rule set campaign with a couple of my friends. And we basically had to stop using TTS because my computer could not handle both it and being in a call at the same time. And there was also various technical issues. It's a shame, but so it goes.
Yeah. In the Perfect Draw game I'm in, we do everything through Discord, so it's a little weird. It's better than doing with Roll20, but
Alright, so before we go on, there's one thing that has to be shown because it's a.
Hold on. Violet still needs to answer the question, doesn't she?
No, she answered
But-
it.
No,
Yeah,
I did.
she was the second.
I was telling everyone about the original playtest we
Mhm.
did before
right,
Dimension
right.
Chasers. Yeah.
This question went on for so long, it just kind of all felt like it went everywhere, huh?
Mhm.
And I
Yep,
was like,
you know,
okay,
fair.
I'll start over.
Alright, so.
All right,
question
everyone,
never
round
ends.
two.
Alright, so,
Go on, Lumi.
get ready for a little surprise, because here's. Schmurger!
Oh,
Adorable.
Whoa.
I still love this part. I still love this part so much. Didn't Saber on our server make a new art for that card for you and everything?
I think she
Yeah.
did.
I
Yep.
may have lost track of it because with the you know.
That chat does go pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
The speed was kind of too much for me. It's like, and I lost track of it. I'll have to find it later.
It's one of the
You can always
reasons.
poke them.
Yeah. That chat always filled. People love doing the custom stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
So much.
Also,
I just don't post mine because I'm too nervous.
No, feel free. Post them there.
Oh, yeah.
also, now it's time for another thing of what I like to call, and this is something the score's not going to expect, flip the script.
I hate this one. I hate this one every time.
Now you guys get to
Oh,
ask
boy.
us questions, anything you want.
Ooh.
Alright. So, Score, I gotta ask. What is your favorite NPC that's not Caro that you've seen so far?
It's funny you say that because Caro is my favorite NPC otherwise. But
Terminated for being OP.
Caro is everybody's favorite NPC by a large margin, so we can't
I
pick
just-
her.
I just think it's funny when I made my DC OC, I made it that they were a bully of Caro though.
I can't believe you've done this.
former. Otherwise, who's my favorite NPC otherwise? Probably Striker. I love Isabella so much. She's just look, I'm a Magic the Gathering player. She was a Spells the Joining player. We get each other. We play similar deck styles, from what I understand.
Oh, don't worry, she has every card now.
Exactly. I can't wait to see her blue-black control deck she brings into DC. No. Striker plays in a way that I really like. I really like control cards, so I like that automatically. I love the double personality she has to live by with this edgy fucking teenage boy, essentially, she gets to play in DC, and this really overworked single mother, it sounds like, that she is in real life.
It's high quality. I agree.
Okay,
I think
quick
Blaze is a
inside
great
story
guy.
about Striker. Quick inside story about Striker. Blaze
yeah?
came to me and was like, okay, I need to come up with a really edgy name for this character. And I was like, are we talking like edgy, or are we talking like 2000s edgy? And he's like, 2000s edgy. And I'm like,
Oh, God.
XXX Sephiroth Killer XXX Sasuke.
So you want to the irony about that? You want to know the irony about that? I actually encountered someone with the exact same name before, back in the early 2000s.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Why do you
Gamer
think I
tag.
recommended this? Why do you
I
think I
swear
said
it wasn't me.
It's okay,
I
Violet.
had
You could have been
slightly
it, we all
different
know.
character names smashed between the X's, I promise.
Also,
Oh well, you can't say that and not tell us which character it was.
Oh yes, I can.
Maybe that'll be my next question.
Fine then,
Oh my
it's your
God.
secret.
I have a question for Scorn though.
Why am I in the spotlight?
because you're the co-host.
Because you are also running Perfect Draw, and that's what my question
Oh,
pertains to.
I don't run Perfect Draw yet. I play Perfect Draw, and I've been planning a campaign for a while.
Yeah. Okay. So your assignment is to steal one of the player characters from Dimension Chasers and port them into your campaign. Who are you choosing, why, and how are you adapting them to your setting?
I'll make this a twofold. For one, because I've done this with one card from DC that inspired me, because I've talked about this yesterday with Shiro. One of my favorite cards from DC is Climax Battle. I'm a fighting game fan, and that hit like that fighting game vibe so hard for me that I made a whole NPC deck based around just Climax Battle.
Oh, okay. I got to see that card up close and personal in testing
Oh, yeah.
recently. It's really
Ooh,
cool.
nice. It is. Which I ended up making it. It's just an invocation that sets the field, similar to a NPC in the PD book who splits the field.
Oh yeah, the judge one. I really enjoyed coming up with that concept.
I've had to fight that deck in a 1v2, and I won, but my god. But what character would I wholesale rip off? Let's see.
Up to and including stealing the person portraying them. Your choice.
Ellie would be. Ellie is pretty easy to take because she's just this pretty typical like former champion player who's pretty easy to kind of fit into any kind of setting. I feel for this kind of thing. The one I'd love to take the most, probably. Oh God, I love the arrogance of Crest Knight so much, and I could fit that so easily into what I'm doing. I'm coming for you, Nova.
I was totally expecting Vire after the
Oh no.
after the previous comments. So nice.
I like Vire, but I don't think I could. That would take a lot of finagling.
That was good.
I have a question for both of our lovely hosts, Luminar and Scorn. Which Perfect Draw playbook is your favorite? Go.
You want to go first, Lumi? Because I have some very definitive opinions for this one.
You know, I'll let you go first because I got to find my brain to find an answer for this one.
I'll put it as my top 4 because there's 4 playbooks that are just my pure favorite. My number one's the Rogue. I'm a bit of a spiky player in the end, and I really do love the Rogue because, again, I come from Magic the Gathering, and I love counter spells.
So broken.
It is. Oh my goodness. Counter Billion is the most busted skill in the game.
Combined with the fumble failure, and there is a lot of good flavor to the Rogue. The fact that you can use your prep outside of combat too is a very good choice, I think. I love the ability to just set up problems for people otherwise. I think it's a perfect playbook, essentially. My next favorite would probably be the Facade. Because what a cool playbook. Just what a cool, flavorful playbook. Like, it does so many cool things. I just can't get over how cool it is.
Thank you. Nora and I put a lot of work into the Facade to make them, like, we went through several iterations of the villainy heroism track.
When you input stuff into the character's abilities that directly help the roleplay, like really directly help the roleplay, that's where you really grab me as a player, I will say. And that's why the Facade just like grips onto me very well. My next favorite, also from the booster pack, is the Mentor, because I love the character who's kind of made to lose, actually. I love that they just have abilities where it's just like, I lost, so now you get benefits for it. I think it works really well, and it enters a play style into this game where you're not always just trying to just really play to win, which is a mindset that does happen in a card game, even in Perfect Draw. And I just like that. And probably lastly, I would say the Prodigy, for sure, because I've been playing the Prodigy, and it's just fun. I love being an arrogant bastard.
No one beats that.
Love Sore Winner. What a great ability. I've told so many people to never show their face to me again.
You are truly understanding the spirit of the Prodigy.
Turncoat, Connor, that's like that's at my 5. I love Turncoat, but it doesn't make it in my top 4.
Yeah, that's fair. Fun fact about the Mentor, actually, in early testing of the booster pack and like formulating IDs, me and Nora were trying to make a play sheet work called The Jobber. And that didn't end up making it in, obviously, because we felt like we couldn't make it into a full, like, a full playbook in a way that has, like, various different options and stuff. But a non-negligible amount of the concepts for that did end up going into the Mentor. But
Including one of
obviously,
the
the Mentor
ability
covers a
names.
lot more design space.
I mean, I believe one of the ability names for the Mentor is the Jobber, so.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, your turn, Lemmy.
Honestly, I'm gonna be a little honest. I kind of haven't taken a look at many of them in a while, so I kind of don't have a good answer for this at all. I feel a little bad about it, but at the same time, it's like I should have really looked into this a bit more.
It's okay.
It's okay. That's why you got me here. I'm a little too obsessed with this book.
Just a
And you
little.
do not need to know the mechanics inside and out to interview us well about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys have anything else you want to ask us?
Well, I haven't asked mine yet.
Yeah, Blaze is up.
Go for it, Blaze.
All right, so I think we made to think of this one, but what NPC that we haven't seen much from do you guys wish we had?
Ah, shit. What was what was their name?
I mean, you can just
Been a
describe
while.
them. It's unlikely that you'll see much. You'll know them if you haven't seen much of them.
I would like to see more on Video Butterfly for one.
Ooh.
But they were never seen
Oh
again.
my god!
And yet, every time you say that, they come back.
Honestly,
No.
I'd have to say the two that got defeated real fast by Shin in the Battlecade.
Mm.
It's like
the Cyracaster and Sir Firewall.
yes.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of curious about what kind of decks they had and how that was going to play out. But then that hyper victory is like, well, that was unexpected.
We did see them pretty recently, though, in the Cowboy. Wow, my brain completely smoked right there on the name of the area. Frontier, thank you. I have such terrible problems with remembering, like, names. Yeah, they did show up in the Frontier. We found out likes cowboy movies. And then they disappeared again.
Wait, which one was that?
That was hacker dude. What was his name? Because they were...
We were discussing because the best part about it was Blaze didn't have like a solid concept of the Frontier beyond just what was there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just winging it. It's like, oh yeah, it's based off of these old movies. And I was just trying to remember and think of like old westerns and then cyberpunking them.
It's really funny the way you add to that with things, because it keeps making Mikona just feel like Mikona has no original ideas and just just buys everything because they can't think of any. Which no
Can't believe they
corporation
bought
would ever do in real
Cowboys.
life.
No
They
way.
bought the Cowboys.
Yeah, I wonder if it's an allegory for a specific company IRL.
No.
Alright, so
Okay.
first off, I'm going to say everyone hydrate because we have been talking for a while and I'm pretty sure that some of y'all could use some drinks. So hydrate up, everyone.
Hey, so I have a pitcher of tea with me.
You got it, boss.
But why don't I have a picture of tea? Why not, like
A real cup.
exactly?
I have a cup too. You know, you refilled the cup with the pitcher. That way I don't have to walk away while we're on the interview.
Why are you putting picture in the cup? You're supposed to put liquids in the cup.
Homie, I swear, I'll send you straight to that moon right outside.
Moon.
Moon.
Man.
Speaking of leaving, can I run to the bathroom? I will be back in like 1 minute.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay,
This is
sorry about that.
acceptable.
BRB.
You're good. But yeah, while we wait for Violet to come back, so since the channel, since Treasure Tales is getting close to nearing 500, how y'all still feeling about trying to scramble some ideas for the 500 mark?
We have not
So-
been able to. Oh, yeah, go ahead now. Go ahead.
So I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to come up with an idea for the 500 at this rate. So we might have to push it back to the 1,000 just because of
Weird.
how fast it's going.
We can't do that. We already promised them something now.
It's funny because that's what Shiro was saying yesterday. Of like, I don't think we're gonna make it for the 500.
We're gonna do it. Dang it! This will happen.
I mean, we could certainly try. I've got to say right now, if we don't, but we're trying.
Hey,
'Cause
you do a lot for your community as it is.
Plus, y'all are already up to 438 subscribers on there.
Oh, jeez.
Mhm.
Can I just say real quick? The sheer number of subs we got because of Dragon Ball is insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we went from, like, average... Like, we got, like, in, like, one day, we got, like, 30, 40 subs. Like, we blew straight past 400 subs.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane. It was actually just insane.
Just the power that Dragon Ball holds.
I guess so.
Nah. Also, the fact that the show is so entertaining, as like it's been so good just in the 2 episodes so far.
Mm-hmm. This isn't the Dragon Ball. It just blows my mind still. We should move on. Back to DC.
Well, plus between Ublaze and Shiro both being amazing GMs for them, it's like the speed was kind of expected. Just wasn't expecting to go as fast as the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
I will say there is some one-shots that will be in the works in the near future where I'm a DM.
Oh,
I'm just physically waiting for the 2 books to arrive.
see, that was the question I was going to ask. I was going to say, now, when do you feel like you're going to take the driver's seat?
I mean, I've taken the driver's seat many, many times before this.
Well,
And
on
it-
Treasure Tales.
I was about to say, hold on. But when we were getting ready to do CBA, I was like, I'm really tired of being the DM, and Blaze was like, all right, I'll be the DM.
The forever DM problem mood.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't give Nell more ideas. She has enough projects, please.
No.
Hey,
I
Nell,
was just saying,
I got a notebook to introduce you to.
I was just saying by that I'm probably going to do a one shot where I'm the DM.
Oh,
I
fun.
look forward to
Yeah, because I'll say it here because I've already mentioned it before. But I'm currently waiting on the Megaten TTRPG
Ooh.
physical book to arrive.
Yep.
Because I already
That is
have the
finally
PDF.
translated.
I have the PDF, but I can't. I'm going to be honest, and the only PDFs that I have been able to sit down and read through for a game have been Perfect Draw and Cloudbreaker, and that's because there is no physical book.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here going, "This is nice. This is great. I have a digital copy of this book. Where's my physical? I know it exists. When is it getting here? I can't read this because I'm waiting for my physical book." And so I can't. Because to me, when I'm designing a game,
Mhm.
I like to curl up in bed with the lights, like with just a night light on, essentially,
Mhm.
and some chill music, and I just read through the DM book.
I'm very similar to that, except since I'm a major Pathfinder player, you'll just see me with my library of books open to different places all over my desk as I'm searching through my tomes.
Trust me when I say I understand. I have a bookcase with
Oh.
Dungeons and Dragons
Mhm.
second, third, 3.5, 5th edition, and a bunch of World of Darkness books.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, as another 2 bookcases full of stuff over here. I get you.
That
I
was
will
actually one.
say, I've wanted to run something either World of Darkness or Cyberpunk with Nell for quite a while.
If you guys do a World of Darkness game, you should put out auditions just so I can try out.
Get at me for this.
If-
for the-
If we do World of Darkness 5, I'm sorry. We definitely need to do Vampire, but I know you're a Vampire fan too. But I'm just saying, I'm sorry for everybody else because it's got to be
Vampire's
Vampire.
great. Vampire's great.
And
But
and I've already got my clan picked.
What clan?
No, I am one of the few people that at the time White Wolf before they got bought out.
Mhm.
When White Wolf switched over from Masquerade to Requiem,
Mhm.
my clan was delegated into a footnote.
Ooh.
Like I was a footnote in a sub clan of a sub clan.
Mhm.
They sent me a 3-page document of what they were thinking of doing for it, so I could join the LARP community in our local area to play test it. Because I was one of the best Giovanni players in existence.
Nice.
I wish I had the ability to travel, because at one point they did invite me to go down and play a LARP down there.
Vampire LARPs are crazy.
But yeah, like I even had cufflinks, Giovanni brand cufflinks.
Oh,
Oh wow!
Beautiful.
The clan's strongest soldier.
The Giovanni are not the best to interact with,
hmm
but that's what
the,
makes
the
it so
toxic
fun.
Yuri writes itself is what they're
Everybody
Yes.
loves Toxic Yuri.
True.
And from chat, kind of saying he would like to run a Fabula Ultima game himself, but he doesn't think he'd want to be streamed. It's just to have fun with friends, to be unhinged and not worry about stream stuff.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Fabula's a great game.
Yeah.
Great game too.
There is another game book that I am going to be getting that is apparently a gift. I was somebody got it, and it comes with a digital copy, but they're going to give me the physical one when it comes out. Phantasy Star.
Oh yeah, I was one of the I got on that mailing list for that pretty early because I was excited to see that.
I want to play a cast, but I might end up having to DM that one. But I'll just make a cast NPC if that's the case.
There you go. That's always how you do it, right? You couldn't play the character, so you just make an NPC who you nurture and love, and
Nurture, love, and then connect them.
Through.
Nurture them, love them, hook them up to a machine so that way they can't leave and they are trapped there forever in order to make sure the planet doesn't die. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
yeah,
Hooray!
Alright, so,
give your NPCs trauma.
Oh my god.
Alright, so next question, and this for all four of them, I guess. And this was asked yesterday, but if you were given someone else's character sheet, how would you play them?
Are you handing out the sheets to us?
It'd be like Russian roulette. Who would you like to hope to get? To see how you could play them out your own style.
That's a pretty easy choice for me. I really like Elfdane's deck. I think Sagril did an incredible job designing it. It looks really fun to play. I would love to take it for a spin. And
Honestly,
also,
I'm-
he's a neat character. Go ahead. Sorry.
Honestly, I am seconding Violet on this. I was going to bring it up, but like, out of all three of the decks, I adore Elfdane's. I love the theming of mythology and the fair folk and Arthurian tales. I think its gameplay of being a tributey, more mid-range control type thing is deeply engrossing, and I don't know, I just feel like I would absolutely gravitate towards that, and I like Elfdane as well, he's cute.
Let's see. If I had to pick, because I built Amy's deck to basically be the keyword soup, aka the one to help really show off how Perfect Draw works for keywords. So if I'm pulling away from that, I would
It is
probably have
funny
to.
to me. Sorry, go ahead.
I would probably have to pick Elfdanes as well. I just Shen's deck. I've helped with it a bit, but I don't understand all the mechanics behind it as well as he does. Whereas with Sagral's deck, aka Elfdane's deck, I get that deck a bit more and I can understand it because I can see the lines he's playing because I also played Magic as well.
Mhm.
So I can see the lines where he's playing from, and so it makes sense for me, so I can understand it.
All right, so new change to Alphane's character. He suddenly gets split personality issues. Got it.
Welcome to Elfdane 2. He's Disco Elysium now.
Beautiful.
What about you, Blaze? Who would you want to play as?
Probably Amy. Her deck is really interesting. I love my so in Yu-Gi-Oh, my favorite deck is my Red Eyes deck. Not Red Eyes. I'm sorry. My Resonator Red Dragon Archfiend deck, which is just combo. And so Amy is probably the closest thing we have to a combo deck in Perfect Draw, like a Yu-Gi-Oh style combo deck.
She really
And so-
is. I agree.
Yeah, so I think just playing her deck and just all the cool stuff it does, it's also a bit of a toolbox, and I love toolboxy decks too. So I love her deck. I think it's really cool, and her character is really interesting. It's a great way she has like the ability to explore a lot of the interesting lore implications for stuff that's going on, because her background and her tech that she knows about. So I think that'll be really interesting.
And Scorn, whose character sheet would you want to take?
I answered this yesterday, and it's funny because I also mentioned it was Elfdane's deck yesterday. Here's the funny thing. I know I could run Maidens too, just because I know how slivers work. You ain't sly. I know how slivers work. No, I'm kidding.
It's not sly when I come out and say it.
I know. That's the joke. No. Plus, I do love things like Tactica's defense stratagem a lot because I love instant speed effects in general.
I have to ask, Iris. I have to ask: was the react keyword created because of that card? That keyword was not. That keyword wasn't there beforehand.
It was a separate thing we had planned, but it is very funny that it does kind of align with Tactica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I came up with Tactica's defender stratagem, and then like later on the book had this the react command, like the react keyword. I was like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's Elfdane's because majoritively my reason for that is that in my favorite deck in Magic is Blue-Black Zombies, and that deck is Blue-Black Zombies. Like, that's just what it is. It's sacrifice this guy, get these effects off, return this guy, get him back in the graveyard, just constantly just recycling the same dudes. I love zombies so much, so it just fits exactly what I play already.
As for me, honestly, I would take Wildheart, because, be simple, brute deck, and honestly, I didn't say this in yesterday's interview, but, I kind of want to take the chance of being a himbo. I'd be like, my turn to be himbo.
It's easy to be the himbo.
Oh god, Wildheart is such a fun character to play because I can just be. He's just a bit unhinged and just doesn't care, and it's just he is him.
Actually, I'd like to change my answer.
Oh.
I'm taking Vi's deck.
Oh no.
Those spirit
I was
samurai.
waiting for that.
I don't mean
deck to the other.
No aces.
No,
aces,
no.
right?
What I mean when I'm saying this is I'm not referring to the super powered up version that we made for her.
Yeah.
Because Vi and I sat down and we cooked this deck hard.
Yeah.
There is a regular player strength version of it, which will probably appear at some point.
Mhm.
but it was a super fun deck to cook, and coming up with the extra keywords, because originally Sagral's deck, there was a couple of monsters that would steal keywords or copy other monsters, right?
Mhm.
So that's where a lot of the play for this deck came in. Was I built her deck to literally counter all three of ours.
Mm. That
To
makes
be
sense.
fair, if we hadn't, it would almost auto lose
Oh, yes.
to Sagrels.
Yeah, that thing can get out of hand.
Yeah. So eventually, once he stopped using those features, I just took all of her card text, because they was like each card was like had 3 paragraphs of text. It just converted them all into keywords.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Fair
the
enough.
Blessed Samurai were originally kind of written out like problem-solving card text style.
Mhm. Hey, it's the glory of keywords, the condensed language.
I will say it really cracks me up that the theming for Armored Maidens draws so much from the Sky Striker archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh, but the deck has the
Mhm.
polar opposite play style of like combos, swarming. It's not a slow
No.
control tempo deck at all.
Armored Maidens asks the evergreen question: what if Sky Strikers were slivers? And the
Yeah.
answer is, oh god, oh no, holy fuck.
I
Just
like
shows.
Mecha Musume. What can I say?
Shows in any universe. Slivers are fucked up.
Alright.
And then on the flip side, the Blessed Samurai that have similar theming to like Six Samurai from Yu-Gi-Oh on a lot of levels, which is like a combo kind of swarmy deck,
Oh,
Mhm.
God.
and it plays like Sky Striker. It's literally one monster on the field.
Yeah.
The Six Samurai, the concept of Six Samurai, was the original inspiration behind that deck. Incidentally,
say-
I had never played the deck before, and where I pulled that from was from the 25th anniversary video that they made.
Oh,
If
that's
we're gonna
so
compare it
good.
to
Oh,
a Yu-Gi-Oh
yeah.
archetype, I actually think it plays the most like Zodiac, where you kind of stack your abilities.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah, I can see it.
It's Zodiac
But
if
yeah,
it were a graveyard deck.
While I was watching the Moonlight fight, I was kind of thinking, I was like looking at their flavor text and seeing, oh, they serve the Shogun. Okay, when are we going to see the Great Shogun Shien equivalent?
Mhm.
So
We don't have a
Six
Shogun card
Samurai
yet.
deck theming very much did shine through.
We don't have a Shogun yet. We do have the Daimyo card, but we don't have the Shogun.
What are you talking
Had.
about? She ripped that in half.
Oops.
I will
Me
say.
deleting everything to fail my gain advantage rolls.
No.
Let's go.
Hey, that's how it
Perfect
happens.
over experience. That's
Yep.
how it goes, baby.
Alright, so before we take on any more questions, we're going to go on a 5-minute break so everyone can refresh, get something to snack on, hydrate, and all that good stuff. So, we'll be back in a few moments, folks. So, we'll see you shortly.
See you then.
See you soon.
See you in a few.
Bye.
Dum, ba-da-da, dum, dum, ba, dum, 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 ba-da-da, dum.
All right, and we are back
Uh,
from break, folks. Hope everyone had that, enjoy that little bit of break.
Mhm.
Is Vi back?
She's back yet. Movie's like,
No,
So,
worries.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
well, I guess there's only one thing to do. Quick,
Let's
Toxic Yuri, let's go!
Vamp, vamp.
But for those who did see the VOE screen, did you enjoy seeing the new Smurger art that was up there?
Smurger, Smurger, Smurger.
Saber did
Oh,
amazing job on that art.
Burger.
the thing is, one of my friends just decided to add googly eyes to the original art, which is just a burger. It was like, oh my god, I gotta make this into something that I got to. I was not expecting it to blow up into a fun little guy that I wouldn't enjoy. It's like,
Yeah.
Did
Everybody likes a silly little guy.
Did I make the Karibo version for Perfect Draw? Smurger and Karibo! Let's go!
Hashtag Smurga sweep.
Okay.
So while we wait for Vi to return, before we go on to the next round of questions, how's everyone been enjoying these interviews so far?
I'd say fairly good.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of your Smurker card, that came from our card review video.
Oh,
Which, by the way, we have a little under a week left on entries on at the time of recording this interview. And we already have 6 decks submitted.
Oh, wow.
And you shall have mine soon, probably before the end of the week.
Hooray!
Amazing.
submitted mine the second I remembered because I got really busy the second submissions opened. I forgot that I had made it.
So,
Okay, say real quick that I was a little surprised how much enthusiasm there was for the custom art. Custom card thing.
It's fun to show off your creativity. Mostly
Really
is why.
is.
I'll be honest. Like, I was really happy with it. What everybody thought of my cards last time,
They were cool.
yeah,
which is really funny. Is I
feel
bring
like
up my
that's a
love.
lot-
Go on.
I feel like that's a lot of the appeal of Perfect Draw, or at least like a non-negligible amount of it. Like, there's obviously a lot of other things that appeal in it, but part of it is both me and Nora were Yu-Gi-Oh card maker girlies in our youths, and a non-zero amount of that shined through in Perfect Draw, and getting the chance to just make your cool deck concepts and themes and synergies.
Well, I think a big thing too is like I've talked to a couple people about people who tried to find tabletop like TCG anime type stuff before Perfect Draw came out, and while there's a lot of really cool stuff out there, a lot of them tend to just kind of like when it gets to the card game part, say just do whatever, kind of like gloss over it a lot, which I get because it's a lot of work, but like finding Perfect Draw, oh boy, it was just like. It's like when you have that craving and you finally find the right meal that hits every part of it.
I will say, not that long before I discovered Perfect Draw. Well, this was like right before I moved back down to Wisconsin, down from Wisconsin. So this would have been about a couple years ago. Right before I met Nell, actually. I was trying to run a Yu-Gi-Oh! TTRPG with some friends, and it was the biggest pain in the butt ever.
Can I ask what system you used, Blaze?
I used a homemade system based off of my... It was a system based off of my Grimtales, kind of using the same engine it has. It uses a success-based system, and the way it works is, you have X number of dice, and then you have different die sizes depending on how good your. So you have like two different stats. You have like your attributes and your skills. Attribute determines the die size. Skill determines the number of dice. So I might ask for a mind knowledge roll. So you roll your mind, a knowledge number of mind dice, essentially. And I kind of did, which is like my Grimtail system, which I like the system, but it was interesting. It was very much kind of like it was kind of like older World of Darkness stuff where, it's a pass-fail. If you get a success, it's good enough to succeed type of thing. It was interesting. It was fun, but it was very hard to get the more mystical side of it and make that feel good. Like, you've got your dual spirits that are with you. Everyone had their own dual spirit, which you could auto-draw your dual spirit at any time if you need, like, kind of like a perfect draw type of thing. It emulates kind of some of the stuff in perfect draw unintentionally. After they got past their initial dual spirit, they could find other ones and use them in their party, and depending on which one was in their deck, it would give them different abilities and stuff like that. There was one where it was like you could heal a tiny amount every turn because the dual spirit did something whenever you healed. I do not remember for the life of me what card it was, but it was just like enough to activate the effect, and it like caused like a little bit of burn or something. It was cool. It wasn't good, but it was cool. But after having done that, having an actually good system for it is such a relief. I abandoned that system as soon as I found Perfect Draw.
It's a very, very strong system, honestly.
It really is.
Yeah. And also, welcome back,
Thank
Violet.
you.
Thank you.
Alright, so everyone ready for the next round of questions?
Questions. Let's go.
Fire away.
And the next question is gonna be from Scorn. Go for it, buddy.
Okay. Let me circle back to another one I asked yesterday around. With growing just eyes and everything on the channel and on the series, how has it been seeing not just all of the fan content that's been made in response to this stuff, but also just, dealing with the general like feedbacks and criticisms of people as you also go throughout the series?
I feel like this is most in Nell or Blaze's side of the court here, so I'm going to let one of them kick this off.
I feel like there hasn't really been any criticism.
Yeah, honestly, there really hasn't been. Not that I've seen. Most of the criticism might be like, honestly, like, there really isn't any. I've seen
The big and only real criticism we got was the length of the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we started doing the recording 2 episodes and basically taking our game and splitting it in half.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we do the recording as we've been doing it now, right? Before that, we were doing like 4, almost 5-hour shows.
Yeah.
And some people are apparently having some trouble watching through that, so we just split it up, and then I put the intermission in the middle so you could have like a break to cool down and chat with people. That would be extreme exclusive.
And I think you guys have handled that really well. I personally find the new format to be a lot more watchable.
Hooray!
I have a short attention span.
Also, hooray!
But I will also say, like, over the course of anything like this, you are going to get feedback, both just blatantly negative, highly positive, and kind of in the middle, like constructive criticism. And I personally believe that it's important to present your content well to its audience, but not to let them take the wheel. And I think you guys always have that in mind and really consider your approach to how the content is presented, and I like that.
That's something really interesting to say, because like I like video games. I keep I know a bit about like the news and stuff forums, so I do find it interesting because a lot of companies will say, the audience doesn't know what they want. We know what they want, and we'll just make what we think that they want, which isn't good. And then you have some that are like, oh, we'll just do whatever the audience says that they want, and then they say something, and then it isn't actually good or what they really wanted, or is a vocal minority, and so that also isn't. It also ends badly. You need to take a bit of a mixture of both, where you need to listen to what the audience says, but not necessarily. You don't want to dismiss it, and you don't want to follow it just based off of what they're saying. You need to take what they're saying, kind of analyze it for what they mean by what they're saying, not just their words, but also what they're trying to say by that, and then make kind of your own decisions and kind of your own. I don't know. It's a fine line you have to walk between listening to the audience and also making your own decisions that you think are artistically the best idea.
At the end of the day, those people are there because of your content and they're engaging with it because something about it connected with them. So even if they're being really negative about it, don't forget that's why they're there.
That's true. Honestly, the way I look at it, because I've been told that I'm overly negative because I've complained about games that I really liked kind of going in a direction I didn't like. But the way I see it is that if people are giving you negative feedback, that means they cared enough to leave you feedback. That is a very good sign, and that it means that there's passion there. That means that they like it, and you should take that into account.
Don't let it control us, but we definitely look if there's ever feedback, because we read every comment on the video,
every single one. Yeah.
So, like, if there's feedback, then we look at it and then we go, is this something that's applicable? Is this something that we could do? And if it makes sense for how we run the show, we'll implement it. And if not, usually we'll leave a comment back and explain why.
That's kind of how it is in the endeavor of art, especially when you're putting your art in front of people. It's made to get those emotions, so you're going to have to see them one way or the other. So, makes sense to me.
Sorry, I kind of took what you were saying, Vi, and just kind of went with it.
No. That's what we're here for.
That is something that I am very passionate about, because I've seen too many times, like, what was it, the World of Warcraft one, where they're like, oh, you think you want a classic vanilla server, you think you want it, but you don't. And then, whenever they released Classic WoW, it was the most popular thing World of Warcraft had done in years. Yeah.
That's what it comes from. Criticism comes from the heart sometimes.
Sorry.
Oh, no. You go first. You're the star here.
Okay. If you insist. I was going to say, I think the way your content interacts with its audience is really important, and how you approach that equation of feedback as well. Like, if your content is a competitive multiplayer online game, maybe direct feedback on balance issues and whether people are enjoying a certain metagame or format is more important than if your content is a narrative story-based RPG that's done as a live play that's streamed. And like, criticism of that has a lot less of a direct impact on how the audience in general is interacting with that. It's more one person's opinion at that point.
That's
also balance.
Yeah, there's a big difference between like objective balance feedback and subjective, I like this character, or I don't like, I feel like this mechanic is poorly explained, or the like.
Oh, no. Little behind the scenes notes. We were discussing, because I'm working on the keywords video that we have. And
good.
One of the team members asked, hey, we should include, like, the point values for these if people want to use them. And Blaze and I were basically like, no, we should probably leave it up to the DMs, because as of right now, Dimension Chasers is unbalanced AF.
Yeah, I would be like, no, because one, Perfect Draw is very much like you have your own personal meta, essentially. Like, there are going to be some campaigns where one effect point goes a lot more distance compared to another, because you're doing an intentionally higher powered format. And also, it is also context dependent. Like, a certain effect on one card that is, like, weak might be very different from one that is strong, or one that has a second effect that, like, happens to synergize well with it. a effect that involves sacrificing your own creature means a lot more in a deck that cares about doing that, etc.
Mhm.
Like, we our balancing has gone. I wouldn't say it's gone out the window, but it's definitely like hanging out the window right now.
Mhm.
It's on that tightrope, and it's balancing, but it's looking a little bit risky, type thing.
Our is definitely because level wise, we're pretty much at the point where our characters would be hitting the forced retirement according to the character sheets.
Mhm.
That we're actually a very high level, high difficulty setting for Perfect Draw at this point.
Mhm.
To the point where we're actually considering like adding additional levels.
Yeah?
But Blaze, am I okay to talk about like one of the ideas we were coming with? Because we haven't finalized an idea on this yet.
Yeah, but I just want to say one thing real quick first. I know that Iris, that there are rules for making a longer lasting game. I think we started Dimension Chasers before those rules came out.
Oh, we did. We very much did.
Absolutely.
And I didn't reread the updated rules when they first came out.
Oh, so you didn't know.
Yeah,
How
I
cooked are
didn't
we,
know
Blaze?
extremely cooked.
Hell yeah.
Mhm. So that is mostly my fault. What I should do is I should reread the book whenever there's an update. I didn't, and so we're kind of stuck right now.
It's alright, it's a big book, it's an easy thing to miss.
But go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that.
We were thinking that like once we've maxed out the character specs on the sheet, like the advancements and everything, that we were going to essentially go over those a second time, but at 3 times the cost. So what a level would be, we would actually, instead of being 3 quote experience per level, it would be 9.
Fair enough.
So like this isn't final because we're only
Yeah.
by sheet levels we're level 8. So I think what the highest is 12 before forced retirement, if I recall.
Something around there, yeah.
I believe about that.
Yeah,
I have
but
the sheet open. Let me see.
we're pretty close to there because I had to give when I was helping Vi with updating her sheet. I was like, yeah, you get in addition to your base character, you have 7 check marks to spend.
10 advancements before the forced retirement.
Oh wow.
Now that
Yeah.
you're up to like 40 episodes, which is probably like 20 or probably more sessions, I think you can safely lay claim to being the longest running Perfect Draw campaign in existence.
I calculated this out during the last interview that we're about 6 hours behind Duel Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
In total length.
Not counting Duel Monsters credits. Because our credits are significantly shorter.
that's true.
It's still impressive.
It's still very impressive.
And
Oh,
we're
definitely incredible.
we're like what? A third of the way through the story?
About, yeah.
You're baffling Iris, it sounds like.
Sorry, I'm like, that makes sense given that like Moonlight's only just been introduced, the whole thing with Yvonne and AI being turned into cards only just debuted. But it's still kind of wild to hear stated out loud, you know?
You know what it reminds me of? And I wouldn't compare myself to this but it kind of reminds me when you say it like that. It reminds me of when One Piece was on like chapter 5, it was on like 500 or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, we're about halfway done. And we're just like, what the fuck do you mean we're halfway done?
The fact that we've hit the beginning of a second season, over 40 episodes in now, and the party is essentially just starting to get the facts about the world and the central conflict means we got a ways to go.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I'm really excited.
No, I mean, like you've had all this time to like establish a cast of characters and flesh out their personalities. You've set up the pawns on the chessboard. Now you get to move them around and have fun with it.
Mhm.
Unless they fall into the void.
Oh my
That happens.
That trash can is an infinite void, but god damn it, is it cool.
Yeah.
Alright. So, now for the next question. And I did ask this one yesterday. So, and this is going to really make you think for a moment. If y'all could have anyone guest star on any of the shows, like any big VTuber, content creator, VA, whoever you want, who would you want them to show up as on? Who would you want to show up for which series? It could be Dimension Chasers, Dragon Ball, Tales, whichever you want.
Who wants to go first?
I have-
Sorry, I got unexpected.
I need to spin my gears on that a little bit. That's a good one.
I had one, but she recently graduated. I miss you, Saras. I miss you. But I would say for another good option that would bring some real fun to the game, I feel. Tiefling Melissa.
Oh, that'd be an interesting one.
She could build a deck based off of her sheer amount of D&D knowledge.
Hmm.
And especially her knowledge on dragons, because apparently, like even some of the wizards of the even some of the writers for Wizards were referencing her for info.
Hmm.
So I think that she could bring some really interesting stuff to the table, some interesting dynamic.
Hmm.
Very nice.
Should I answer the question?
Yes,
Yeah.
please, by all means,
It was what content creator would you want to have
to show up on DC.
Well, for anything.
Oh,
really.
on Dimension Chasers specifically.
Or any of the shows.
The one thing that's been like constantly nagging at the back of me and Nora's minds to a degree is there's like a specific group of Yugi tubers that we follow, MBT and Luke von Karma and
Mhm.
Danny and Leah and that group, and we
Mhm.
know for a fact that they have played Perfect Draw in their spare time. We know
Oh.
for a fact that they've considered streaming a campaign for it. We even have one of the the sponsored collab encounters was made by MBT, and so it's just eating at us. Like our assumption is like if they're going to do it, it's probably going to be once the physical books arrive. But it's like, come on, come on. Both because
Didn't we send a
one,
message to MBT?
Yes.
Pardon?
So, okay, so this is a bit embarrassing, right? But I did message MBT. I think it was with, I don't remember, maybe with my personal Twitter account, but like I messaged him with on Twitter, like, hey, I run a Perfect Draw game. Would you be interested in joining us as a guest? Zero response. I didn't expect a response, to be perfectly honest.
Hmm.
But
Fair enough. It's still like a little bit sad to you understand why, because like obviously like major content creators are pretty busy and like
oh god, yeah, no.
all of us are busy in this day and age, but still but like the thing is I obviously we want it because these are content creators that we like and respect and enjoy the stuff of.
Mhm.
But also if someone with that many subscribers streamed Perfect Draw, I think the server would go feral. I think the
Mhm.
community would like Supernova, and I want to see that happen.
Well,
That's
you
fair.
know, if you have any reach out to them, tell them to reach out to us. We'll be more than willing to have them on, and this way they can play test it themselves before making their own stream game, and they can maybe be inspired by our table.
Yeah, frankly, if they end up doing it, me and Nora will reach out to them, and we will recommend like your stable and watching your
Huzzah!
content to get like a feel for how perfect Draw can go.
And from chat, kind of saying, man, how cool it would be to have Joe Cat on DC.
That'd be awesome.
Mhm.
Love Joe Cat.
You know what I think would be really fun? To get someone who has done voice work for one of the Yu-Gi-Oh series.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I wish.
Wayne Grayson, Tony
Mhm.
Salerno, Tara
Mhm.
Sands. Like, I think that's the dream, personally.
That's fair, yeah.
Dan Green.
Yeah, getting an actual Yu-Gi-Oh voice actor to play Perfect Draw would be
Oh
so
my
cool.
god. That would
Getting
be the
Dan
dream.
Green would be crazy.
Yeah. I know
Oh,
I said
God,
this.
yeah.
We said this in one of the other interviews, but we tried to look on Cameo to see if we could find Dan Green
Mhm.
so he could do the previously on Dimension Chasers.
True.
I, there is one VA I do know of, and I'm friends with him. Do you know the
Eyebrow
VA?
slowly raising.
Do you know the VA? Aaron Fitzgerald. He did the voice of like a Chie from Persona 4.
Oh!
I know the one, yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
I haven't talked with her in a little bit, but she's a really fun person once you get to know her.
That's cool.
So, can we have a deck built based off of Fistake?
Blaze, do you know who
Burger,
is
now
on
we have the
Cameo?
steak together.
Who?
You know who would 100% do something for this? Eric Stewart.
Oh shit.
Who did he voice?
Kaiba.
Oh
I
yeah.
have no,
Oh my god.
I have no doubt he would do it if we threw some cash at him.
Okay, we're gonna have to. Okay, let's not talk about this until
Write
we
it out.
get
Write
to
it
the
out.
All right,
content.
spoilers. Delete
Take it up.
this part of the VOD.
No, leave it up, leave it up. But,
Oh, nothing.
please put that in my notes.
Got it.
So, hey Chad, just shout this out. Make sure to add someone and be like, hey, can you guess?
No, don't.
Yeah.
Don't do that. No.
Bother professionals.
Oh my god, yes. Just annoy them before we even talk to them. This-
As we said last time here on chatting with
Oh my
Luminar,
God.
bother professionals. They love it. It's not a real endorsement.
Yeah,
Please don't actually bother people. But you
Do
feel
not.
free to shill the series, but don't bother people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I've tried to
It's a little fun joke.
pass
Alright.
PD around the MTG community more and more. I'm hoping some people start to pick it up more.
Hell yeah.
Anybody you'd like to see, Blaze?
This is one. This kind of came to mind because I was trying to think of some VTubers, and I haven't watched her content in years. But I know she did a short-lived tabletop series. Mori Calliope.
Oh, interesting.
Hey, didn't you do Darkness one?
Hmm?
Didn't you do World of Darkness?
Yeah, she did a World of Darkness one with the rest of Gen 1 Hololive.
Mhm.
It only
I know-
made like a couple episodes, but it was just fun to watch.
I know Fauna made one for D&D with a bunch of the other Gen mates,
Oh, that's awesome. I need to check that out.
which is why I'm so sad she's graduated. But if she does reincarnate, maybe then you have a chance to get her.
Honestly, the worst they'll say is no. That's how I look at it. That's how we got Nova.
Yeah. I like
Nova's
now
good.
Nova's doing the editing, so
Oh, he is a godsend. He is. Ooh, excuse me. He single-handedly has just like done such a tremendous just bump in quality of what we can do with the editing because he gets it done. He is so fast and he's so efficient at it. It gives Nell so much time to do the rest of the fun editing part. And he also is the reason why we have the previously on. It is Nova is a godsend. He is such a great editor.
I don't know how that man does so much work and have so
I don't either.
because like A little bit of a spoiler. We have a new show coming out over on Hey Faye pretty soon, where he's one of the co-stars along with me in a new actual play over there. So, like, on top of it, there's so much stuff he does. I don't understand how he does it.
He edits for us another channel, his own videos.
Mm-hmm.
And he streams. He does research for his videos. He does his video. Like, it's insane how much stuff he does.
In fact, I think he's streaming right now.
Incredible.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
Well, I
But-
guess we know who we have to rate after this then.
Definitely.
Unless, you
So
know,
if we're picking VTubers we want as guests, this might be spoilers, but I would love to get Maple on here.
Yes. Oh my god.
Incidentally, she said that she is interested, and she's going to read through the books and get back to me.
Yeah, she is pretty much
Fingers
really
crossed.
busy all the time, so feel free to nag her about it. I am saying that on her behalf.
And
Father
for those
professionals.
who have listened to it, she's the one that did the cover for our theme song.
It is
Nice.
so good.
It's really good.
and more than welcome to share the interview videos with anyone that you want to show that all of these amazing people here, one of the creators of Perfect Art and the cast of Treasure Tales of all the games of Tales of Harmonious R, Dragon Ball Next, and Dimension Chasers, all deserve wonderful round of applause, and for all the hard work you've done, make sure to check out that channel and subscribe to it. Blow that number out of the water.
That'd be great.
Make them pay.
Goodbye,
We
Perfect
actually
Lord.
pay. We pay a lot for our art and assets, but thanks to you guys, we're able to cover back some of those risk costs.
Give them money to make them pay.
I mean, given that we're gonna that on my end, we're gonna have to shell out a lot for the postage and shipping costs of y'all's books, and also we're having to commission art for Despair Dilemma right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can understand the struggle of having a lot of the money that you get from your audience immediately going back into production.
Mhm.
But that is one thing that I really enjoy doing is, and I've made it a point for the channel is anything that comes in, I am 100% transparent about where it goes and what it's for.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I was in a group beforehand where that was not the case, and it didn't feel very good to me.
Transparency is important, I feel.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And like even if it's like only a small amount, I like communicating that info. So anytime
also-
anybody asks, I will always break down everything that we're doing with what.
It also helps the layman really understand what goes into a production, like the stuff that you have to like put into it. I feel.
Oh my god.
It
Real
does.
quick.
Like for me, sorry, go
Mhm.
ahead, Blaze.
I just want to say, until having, because I'm technically the manager for Treasure Tales, I would not have, like, you wouldn't understand how much just organization and just stuff goes into setting up one of our series. It's insane.
Oh yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Violet.
No, it's all good. I was gonna say that for me, it's not even about transparency because if I like a creator, I'm gonna throw the money I can at them.
Yeah.
But it's really nice to see, oh, this went to these particular things. We are helping them make this content. Like I just find that really fun and heartwarming personally.
Yep.
Mhm.
And there's always a caveat too that if anybody puts in a specific thing in their donations or on their like any kind of requests for that, we'll take that money that's donated and allocate it directly to it.
Mhm.
So we have one person that donates usually with a caveat is GW. GW usually goes, I want this for art assets, or I want this to help pay for the soundtracks, stuff like that. So when we get that, we go, okay, cool, it's going outside to that. And then when this month hit, I was like, okay, I had to take a little bit out of this to cover a phone bill, but I marked down how much it is, and when I get my next paycheck, that's going right back into that. So that way it's always transparent on these things, right? So it's always upfront and open about all of the stuff, because even like if something comes up, I like to be able to go, okay, this is what happened, this is what's going on, this is what we're doing and why.
Mhm.
I don't like the idea of it's going to just saying it's going towards art production, because that's super vague in general.
Mhm.
I'll go like, no, it's going towards background art for Dimension Chasers. It's going towards ace art for Dimension Chasers. It's
Mhm.
going towards NPCs for Dragon Ball.
Mhm.
I like being super specific so people know exactly what their funds are going towards.
Mhm.
Also, just want to say so fast, we have Feifei in the chat as well.
Oh, the cutest little bean around.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Feifei.
I don't know.
Give her your money.
She turns into like goop.
It's
Oh
true.
wait, no, I'm thinking of
And there
Nance,
it
my
is.
apologies.
We broke her.
Open wide.
We
Easy
broke
as
her.
hell.
God damn it.
We're not beating those
Fine.
allegations. We're not
I'm
beating
not
those
sorry.
allegations.
Don't beat the allegations. It's okay.
Become the allegations.
You know your audience are freaks. It's okay. Look at
Like
me.
I've said point blank, one of my ultimate goals for Dragon Ball is just to see if somebody makes Nymph X Flambe fan art.
Oh.
But
No, you're going to be the death of me as your manager.
Look, all I said on there was I wanted the Nymph X Flambe fan art that we didn't pay for, and I didn't say it had to be spicy.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the fan art.
But
you
she
guys-
implied it.
Yes.
I mean, just look at
Look.
look at the fan art you guys got of DC so far.
Oh my god. I just want to say, every piece of fan art makes me so happy. The fact that someone took the time to make fan art for something that I have worked on, it just fills me with so much joy.
Hmm.
And thanks to that, this avatar you see here is basically a Dimension Chasers OC in a way.
Mm-hmm.
We're still
Complete with their own dual disc. Or sorry, Dimension disc.
Forgetting your own branding. Shame.
No, it's literally the disc is literally taken from
I know.
Arc Feed.
It's funny.
But the thing is, they're all customizable in the in-game universe. Ellie's just used that one because it fit with the style for Armored Maidens.
Yeah. I mean, you have Crest who literally sheaths his sword in his, so.
Mm-hmm.
So, how's everyone doing so far on time? Y'all think you can go a little bit longer, or do you have time
I'm game to keep going for as long as y'all are.
As am I.
Having a good time.
I can keep going a bit longer. I'm enjoying being here with you all.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. I'm kind of low energy because I'm still getting over being sick, but I am.
You're
still in
okay.
it. Let's keep rocking.
That's very fair.
We're on the
If
same boat
you
there,
do
Vi.
need to go, Vi, don't feel bad. Just let us know.
Yeah.
And I'll
yeah,
say-
Oh, I will. Don't you fret.
yeah, health is important. Like I say to everyone here, when I have to remind them to make sure to eat or not melt to the brains or be safe. I'm looking at a couple of them right now.
Whistle, whistle sound. Whistle, whistle sound.
What she said.
But so there's one fun little tidbit that I do want to share. So back when I was planning out this special 2-part interview, honestly, I was a little bit surprised that you did agree to want to join us. I mean, it's very welcoming and all. And Blaze, thanks for asking her again.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm always happy to show up. I'm honored to get to participate in stuff like this, honestly. And those who know me know that I am a slut for attention.
Hell yeah.
Well, also the thing is, when I started adding a couple of you to the group chat, after Scorn here was at the group chat and saw that you were part of it, Iris, he kind of melted a little bit.
I almost had a
Losing
panic
his mind
attack
a
on
little
the
bit.
spot.
It's okay. Use your words. Take your time.
No. I kind of went over it yesterday too, just how much this game Perfect Draw means to me and what it's done for my life recently, as well as y'all in Treasure Tales starting DC at all has legitimately caused a major change to my life. Like for like a major change for the positive. Like I have met
Oh, thank goodness.
for the negative. I'm homeless now. I don't know.
Oh, well, do you at
Perfect
least
Draw
have
has
some other
personally
merch?
traumatized you. You've been sold into dueling experiments.
Yep.
They're doing
Dimension
some
Chasers
shit to
ruined
you.
my life rant video from the cab of a truck incoming on YouTube.
No. But really, I've met one of my closest friends I have now, which is Faye. I love her dearly. I've met so many people now from DC too, like Sagril and Connor, who has become good friends of mine, as well as Lumi. And just, I didn't really have anybody for a long time, and it had been really weighing on me. And no, this place gave me a real new home in a way for myself. The creation of Perfect Draw, the group I play that with, and just DC in general, leading me to meeting some of the genuinely kindest people I've ever met in my life.
I just
So
need
from the
to
bottom of
jump
my
in.
heart,
I
Oh,
need to
go
take
on.
this opportunity to gas up Nell because she is
Yes.
incredible at building communities, bringing people together, and just
Mhm.
making awesome spaces and opportunities for those around her.
Yeah, I can second this. From the time that I spent in Nell's Discord server, and I'm sorry for leaving. I have way too many Discords that I'm in and
You're
get
fine.
anxious.
You're fine.
But it seems like a really lovely, accepting place, and I would encourage people to go check it out if that sounds like something they'd be into.
Mhm.
I've said this before in our group chat when this was brought up because y'all tried to hit me with this compliment bomb before.
Yeah, bitch, I'll do it again.
Was all I can do is just do the best that I can to make sure this is a safe spot for everyone, that everyone's taken care of, that people's feelings and needs are respected, and above all, return all the positivity that's sent my way back to everyone else.
Mhm.
So that's literally what I'm doing. So any positivity you see here is just because of the positivity that everyone else brings.
Mhm.
That's
We're
because that's
all one big community.
Mhm. Plus,
And we bring
A
it to
big-
you and heap it at your feet because you deserve it.
damn
I know a
it.
big. I know a big thing for me was, I am a trans person myself, and seeing trans people, the heads of these projects, just immediately helped me know that it was going to be a good place to be as well.
I'm really glad to hear that, as both me and Nora are obviously
Mhm.
transgender and neurodivergent in our own ways, and to have had something that we have made blow up beyond our wildest imaginations is really, really reassuring. And
Mhm.
we're glad that we can provide this kind of community for everyone. Frankly, I wish that we could keep eyes on the actual Perfect Draw Double Summon Games Discord as much as we'd like to,
Mhm.
but it's big. It's really, really, really big. And
Getting bigger.
You might need to actually get a full mod team at this rate.
yeah, we've been planning to. I just haven't gotten around to it, but it's in the cards for sure.
Would you say it would be a perfect draw?
I think one might just say that. Yes.
Damn it, no, you beat me to it. You beat me to it.
Anyways,
Well, but
roll
you know,
credits,
that's-
everyone. We set the time.
You know me,
Sorry for
Lumi.
getting-
When it comes to these jokes, I usually beat everybody.
Bottom.
Sorry for getting so sappy on you all.
It's because Nell is a rogue. She has a high speed stat. You see.
It's true.
Oh my god.
But yeah, all that does lead up to the next question. I did want to ask before you, how does it feel that knowing all the content you're making and Perfect Draw, Dimension Chasers, everything on Treasure Tales, it's helping inspiring people and making things a lot better for them the way they view it. How does it make you feel?
Shall I lead off here?
Please feel free. I'm at a loss right now.
Okay, I'll lead off so y'all can take some time to process your emotions and think about it, because I've
No,
been
make Mel
processing my
start. I want to
emotions
hear her
about this.
cry.
Wait.
I mean, we all love to
I'm
get to hear a
joking.
girl's
I'm
crying
joking.
here, but oh, okay. But for me, it really varies depending on the day, because like some days I'll think about this community and the vibrance of it all, and I'll be like, oh my god, this is real. This is something that's happened, and we've touched people's lives. We've made a tabletop game that now kind of stands among the like major indie names. And then like this is maybe a little bit weird to say, but like in other days, I don't feel anything at all. Like it's just like, oh, okay, we made Perfect Draw. Why do I still feel so empty inside? You know? But
Like,
that's just the neurodivergent experience, and like when it's something that's been going on every day and something that you've had to put so much effort into, so much blood, sweat, and tears, sometimes it's hard to step back and really feel the joy of it all. But I feel like, contrariwise, that makes the moments where you can all the brighter. And I can imagine it's probably something similar with Dimension Chasers.
like it's one of those dreams that you're trying to figure out if you're actually awake or if you're still dreaming it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I started at VTubing, this was because I wanted to start sharing stuff that I loved with people.
Mhm.
And two of the things that I absolutely love are retro games and tabletop games. Retro games is easier to stream, but people have like set folks that they watch for that for the most part. But I was content with just being myself and doing those. Then one of my friends introduced me to Master Duel coming out, and I was like, hey, look, I can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. And then I challenged Vi. And then my whole world got turned upside down. So then I was like, okay, cool, I can maybe start doing some TTRPG stuff. And then I got introduced to Cloudbreaker. And now the fact that people are making stuff in the universes that we're creating, it baffles me sometimes.
Baffles is a very good word for it.
Because I'm like, I'm still processing, because I think that there's so much more we can do, so much more we can improve. And that people are like, yeah, this is so great because we can do this. And I'm just sitting here going, I appreciate it so much, because it makes it feel like I'm actually doing something that contributes to the world. Because I always said that regardless of however many people came to watch my stream, as long as I can make at least one person who comes to the stream feel better and bring them positivity in life, that's all that matters to me. And the fact that I have done that on a larger scale now with the help of so many other people, all I can think about is how I can do more.
That's so real.
That's very real.
Mhm.
Just ever higher expectations for oneself.
Just remember, you're still human. You need to take breaks.
What is a break?
Please take
Well-
breaks now. Now, please take breaks. You don't want to burn out and get chronic fatigue like I have. Now, please. Please. Now.
Alright, so Blaze, Vi, which one of you two would like to go next?
Can you ask the question for me one more time? Because I got lost in the sauce there.
I'm sorry.
Okay, basically, I just feel knowing that the stuff you're helping make is inspiring others from seeing your content, or being here on Treasure Tales, or Dimension Chasers, or whatever.
So, the people who know me well here know that even though I am a VTuber, a streamer, a content creator, I am an extreme introvert. doing those things taps my social battery out so fast. It is always an active effort for me, even though it's really fun and it's really rewarding. And that kind of reflects in how I've always approached creative projects and making content. I've done a lot of things over the years. I've done painting, I've played instruments, I was a DJ for 10 years, I was a producer for 5 years. I worked in game development for 6 years, and I always tried to do things creatively for myself, first and foremost. If I'm putting something into the world, it's because it pushes my buttons. Let's be real. So, when you put something out that you did with that mind state, and other people show up and say, this pushes my buttons too, that is just about the best feedback you can get, in my opinion. It says the person that you are that put this into the world in this moment is doing something other people can resonate with. And I just find that incredibly inspiring personally. It makes me feel like what I'm doing and what we're all doing here is really worthwhile, not just in a sense that it's fun, people enjoy it, but no, it actually is actively making our lives and the lives of the people around us better, and that means a lot.
Beautifully
Always
said.
good to hear reinforcement words from that. Blaze, how do you feel about it?
So I've done some creative, projects in the past. Most of them have died for one reason or another. But I still get that same kind of just spark of joy whenever I see someone make some fan art or comment that they loved one of our episodes, and it's just the pure joy it sparks in me. It's it's hard to describe, I guess. Just it's like, I'm just gonna just describe, like, it's for me, it's like, getting that one toy you wanted on Christmas when you were a kid. That just spark of joy, it just gets it. Like, I feel whenever I inspire somebody, the fact that people are taking dimension chases and making their own stuff based off of it, it makes me so happy. It's indescribably happy, and it's just insane to me. It's just hard to put into words, honestly.
That does make sense. Ugh. But all the hard work that y'all are doing, it's really reflected in a lot of good ways.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of people making their own kinds of games, whether it be from the Perfect Draw system or just inspiration from seeing what you guys do. As long as you can keep up all that good vibes and all that hard work that y'all doing, things will keep getting even better for everyone.
As one of the people who was inspired by all of y'all, yeah, I concur quite well. You guys have helped me get back into that feeling of just wanting to be a performer again.
And on our end, the success of Perfect Draw has inspired me and Nora to persist in trying to make new and exciting game experiences. The income from it has managed to stabilize us when I'm too disabled to have a job, and Nora is currently trying to get reemployed. It's just we've met a lot of really good friends from it, and it's always a joy to see when one of our friends has incidentally heard of Perfect Draw or Despair Dilemma, despite us not mentioning it around them before. It's just really wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
This has legitimately changed our life, and I can imagine that it's very much the same for you all as well. So thank you.
Thank you for making the amazing system that we're able to play in.
Mm-hmm.
No problem, and look forward to the inevitable second print run with balance changes and more content and such in a couple of years down the line.
Hell yeah, let's get our second edition going.
Alright. Now then, Scorn, do you have a question for everyone here?
Let's go over my notes. Let's see. Gotta get past all this sappiness now.
Come on.
Got
pass
me like
the
a
tissues
bleeding
around.
tree. Got me like a bleeding tree.
Sweet honey here, sweet honey, get your sweet honey.
Full of sap. Anyways.
Perfect
Let's
pancakes.
Like the only way you're gonna get me to have pancakes with sap is if it's actual Canadian maple syrup. Thank you very much.
I mean,
Hey,
that's the best kind.
Seconded. Fake maple syrup tastes so bad. I'm sorry.
I got this great maple syrup in my fridge from up where you are that's like salted, and oh, it's so good.
You're making me want to make pancakes again.
Hey, before this, that's one of the things I did. I used to be a pro cook. Let's see.
Nice.
Let's see. Which question here? Okay, here. I got a question for. I got one for Blaze here. Then
Oh, okay.
Blaze, for you personally, you have been running this game for just about a year now with DC, and you definitely started probably really getting into the nitty gritty of the ins and outs of this system. What are some of your, first off, favorite things you found about this system, and some of the things that you're maybe a little iffier on at times, and just having to keep balance between all of the different things you create as we continue down the road of where the game is going?
So I'll start off with the thing I like the least, or that I'm iffy on, because it's very obvious for me. It's the frickin' rogue.
Whistling noises. Whistling noises.
Like there are so many rogues in my game, and they all have you get an extra prep whenever you roll for it, and they all have counterspell, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I guess my NPCs aren't playing the game today.
Look,
that
be
is
fair,
very
I
much
don't.
the thing about Rogue, and it is intentional that they are the prepared for everything, like, kind of. They're intentionally, like, up there as one of the most pushed characters in the actual battling segments. And so having to have that, having to have multiple rogues in your game, I don't envy you, Blaze. Not in that, at least.
I think
Maybe
I
if your
have
NPCs were all rogues too, they wouldn't have such a bad time.
There are four. I have 4 rogues I'm going up against.
Oh.
Look. Let's be honest, Blaze. If it wasn't for the fact that, my deck just curb stomps everything, we wouldn't be having this problem.
Listen here.
Curb stomps everything. Hey, let me look at the actual numbers there. Actually, as the person who keeps track of all your win losses,
No, in all seriousness.
Is Shen in the room with us right now?
No. No, but no. In 100% seriousness for a moment here, I try not to use the counterspell variant unless it's an absolute necessary tool. I agree that it is a bit overpowered in our games, which is why I try to use my prep for other tools. But the action prep is just too worthwhile not to take, considering all the tools it gives you access to.
Yeah.
Okay, we completely derailed Blaze.
Oops.
It's okay.
look, as a
And then
rogue enjoyer, I get you, man.
Oh my god. And then something I like, there's so much. NPC creation. I think the NPC creation is very interesting. It's very well done. Gives me a lot of flexibility for make stronger or weaker ones. And it pretty much just says in the rules you can just cheat as an NPC, and it's perfectly legal. I do it.
I do it.
I do it.
Cheating is good and morally correct.
I think none of us mind that because you're doing it always in this for the sake of the story.
It's for the
biggest-
drama.
The biggest time that I just straight up flat out cheated so hard and
Here we go.
and still got stomped was Video Butterfly.
Oh,
Video Butterfly fight, right? So again, Connor always complains about his deck, but it's so strong. It's so strong. Even his not main deck is so strong. But so they went up against each other, and he like got through Video Butterfly's deck like instantly. And like I hadn't even played his ace, like his established a plan to win yet.
mhm.
Because I kind of taken Faye's idea of not doing that until a turn or two in to kind of give it more build up, which I think is kind of fun.
I agree.
I
It's a good way to play.
I should have done it for turn one for that deck. Oh my god. I just got like completely like dismantled. Like my field got dismantled turn one,
Mhm.
where I couldn't do anything. And then I'm like, you know what? Here's a staple. Here's an invocation. Here's my establish a plan to win.
Wait,
Let's just
Gambit
go
was
ahead.
not his plan to win? No, it wasn't. As somebody who has access to all the decks because I have to do editing, no, it wasn't.
It was an established a plan to win. It wasn't as good one. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, no, I think it was just like a card he had in his deck. It was whatever.
Oh, and for those who are wondering, no, I don't get to see the decks before they're played, with the exception of helping Violet build her deck. But the NPC decks, Blaze does not send those to me until after we see them in game, so that way I can put them in for editing. But before that, he keeps them close to he keeps them close so I can't see them. Obviously, I don't metagame. But at the same token, I don't want to accidentally think outside the box. So that's how we work with that. But it's, oh my god, the decks that you've built. I'm surprised you don't do this cheating stuff more often.
Honestly, like I said, I've said this before. Like, if I really wanted to win all my duels, I probably could.
I mean, you do have access to every card.
Yeah, like most decks, if I'm playing them, if I played them optimally, and I was trying to win every duel, I probably could win most, if not all of them. But that's not the point. It's not the fun part. Trying to tell an interesting story, that's what I try to do.
In the end, the duel's a conversation you have, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, you're all here at the table to tell a fun story. The goal of the judge is to like challenge the players and like put them in difficult situations, but not necessarily like just curb stomp them, you know?
Especially because this is content we're making for public consumption. I think it's really nice that we don't have the players versus GM thing going on, and it's more just everyone's here to advance the story, have fun, make sure it looks cool.
I think a piece of advice that goes really well for Perfect Draw that is generally used in most TTRPGs is be a fan of each other's characters. I think that especially goes true for Perfect Draw, though, because there's a lot of respect you should have for each other when you play this game.
Yeah.
Oops.
I don't know. You gave everybody a pretty good chance to shine, Vi.
I know.
I think
I'm
trusting the
joking.
other
I'm
players
joking
enough
because
to
my
play
character's
like,
a shitlord.
Just because
and
you should
really inflame the tensions of the other characters is like trusting them to like take that well and giving them a chance to shine in how they respond to that, how you banter, how your characters act when they're put in the difficult situation of facing someone who in character kind of hates their guts. I think that in itself is being a fan.
You're not wrong. Talking trash on someone in a game like this is handing them the spotlight. It's supposed to be fun.
Well,
Yeah.
kind of after you
As
set them on
somebody-
fire.
As somebody who has to do that in the game they play in too, Vi, it's fun though, isn't it? Isn't it so
It
fun to
is.
just shit on them all the time?
It is. It's a good time.
I enjoyed your answers there, Blaze.
Thank you.
You're always very thought out, as always.
Oh,
Wow.
thank
I can speak very well, huh?
You speak our good words.
Quick, let's get flabbergasted.
Not again, please.
To be fair,
Gonna
I
jump
also
the
are
sack
speak
today.
good word.
Yeah, speak our good word, yes.
We strong together.
Oh,
Leave the clown alone. Leave the clown alone.
I am the clown. I'm everyone's clown. Make them laugh.
Alright, get back in the tiny clown car.
All right.
one singular sad clown hole.
Well, it's funny because immediately the first deck I made when I became a player for this game was a weird clown deck.
Well,
I think this is this combined with this bit is confessing some inner truth about yourself. If I'm being
I just
real.
think clowns are cool.
well,
Fair enough.
I've never heard someone say that before.
They're chaos beings who just want to make you smile.
You're not wrong. Like, have you ever? So, when I was I think I was in middle school at the time.
Mhm.
My mom put me in a summer camp for like performing arts, and it was a cool
Mhm.
program because like you signed up for what you wanted. It was kind of like college almost because
Oh, that sounds
they
so
had
fun.
they had different like courses just all over campus, and you had to walk to each one. And it
Mhm.
was pretty cool. Like I did like puppetry, I did stage fighting, just like
Bruh.
a general like musical.
Oh, that would be so cool.
But one of the teachers, because like all the teachers were like different college students, I think, if I
Mhm.
remember correctly. Except for
Mhm.
like they got one guy who was like whoever they got for stage fighting one year, like he was like he knew a ton about it. He like worked in the industry for a long time.
Oh my god,
Done
that's
like
so
film and stuff
cool.
like that. He had like this one DVD you could only get in like China. That was just like
Oh.
a Jackie Chan like exclusive like interview talking about us. I don't remember all the details. Anyways, he was a cool guy. But I met one of the people who did a class on clowns,
Mhm.
and apparently the way some people see it, it's you're allowing a happy chaotic spirit to like enter yourself,
Yeah.
to entertain people. And one time one of them, their homework was to slow walk. I can't remember if it was slow walk backwards or just slow walk from like their dorm to their next class, and it took them
Huh.
like half the day or something. It's just like the stuff you hear about the people doing in literal clown college is actually insane. Like the stuff they have
Oh, yeah.
to do for it. It's really interesting.
They
I
are
can vouch.
dedicated performers.
Vi, did you go to wait, what?
No. In my DJ days, I took a gig with a local circus for a summer,
Oh, cool.
and
Holy shit, that's cool.
I got really in with a bunch of the like clowns and acrobats and shit. And holy
cool.
crap, those people are extremely talented and dedicated, and
Mhm.
also they party equivalently hard. They are absolutely
Yes.
insane.
The clowns,
That's
you don't
really cool.
say.
Yeah.
All I can imagine now is Scorn has a an item that it's on the field, and has destroyed. You summon like X number of clown tokens based off of the amount of time it's been on the field.
Oh my
Oh, I didn't think of that yet. No, one of them is when one of my warriors would be destroyed in a clash. Instead, I play a response invocation that makes 3 clown balloons, and my warrior gets saved, but my opponent has to re-attack one of the balloons.
Woo!
So the balloons have lock on.
just having the amount of clowns spawned from the car based on the number of turns it's around isn't really capturing the chaotic spirit. Clearly, you need to roll a d6 in order to decide how many clowns show up.
true.
No,
that's how
it's got to be
clowns are.
2d6 because you got to fit a whole bunch of clowns in there.
I also flavored my clowns around the Commedia dell'arte, and
We all love the Commedia dell'arte in this home.
I was talking to my friend from Rome, and I'm like, "Hey, can you help? How do I I want to do this thing based on this, but I want to say it right." So he helped me rename the archetype to being the Commedia del Caos, the changing arte to chaos.
Fair enough.
Alright, so
That's-
Alright,
how
now we gotta get Scorn hooked on Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, you're. Don't worry about it.
I am gonna say,
Yeah, Scorn.
I like the circus. It's fun.
I am gonna
Hey,
say,
Cirque du Soleil is Canadian, so
That's cool.
I'm gonna say real fast. Everyone, make sure to hydrate because it's been we've been talking for a while. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us are getting a little bit thirsty.
hmm
Gotta stay hydrated.
Oh god,
and have fun.
I need
I'm
water.
out.
I'll be right back.
I was about to say I'm out, so I'll wait for the next break to refill, but
Go run and get water.
alright.
Go do it. Don't make me
This is your
force.
this is your chance to ask Iris and Blaze awkward questions regarding Violet and I.
Woo, go ahead.
Oh well, if you're insisting, then sure.
I could have questions for Iris still. Where are my Iris questions? I cannot read my own handwriting.
You should really consider typing some up just as a backup, just in case.
But writing it by hand feels so much better.
True.
I cannot relate to that at all. If my hands are unfortunately just another part of my body that is just betraying me at every turn. It has been a problem since I was very young that I cannot handwrite. If I
Yep.
use a pen or pencil for more than like 3 minutes, I get these agonizing cramps in my hands. In
Ooh.
school, I had to organize extensions for every single one of my handwritten tests because literally, even if I already knew all the answers, I could not write them down in time without putting myself through like sheer amounts of agony. Thankfully, seemingly my practice playing piano since a youth has helped with my typing because typing I do not have this problem, and in fact,
Mhm.
I can type faster than basically anyone else I know. It's one of my little talents.
I get that, though. I have nerve damage that causes hand tremors, which is my big issue.
Oh wow.
Oh hey, hand tremors gang.
Yeah.
Same.
Let's do it. Who else having an earthquake in their hand?
Every once in a while as a treat.
I don't know if that's a treat.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Violet.
It's
Thank
tragic
you.
because like my hands shaking combined with the fact that my right eye is a lot worse than my left eye and is like constantly twitchy means that I cannot apply makeup to my right eye. It is like almost impossible. No small source of gender dysphoria, but we survive. One of my goals for 2025 is to try and figure out a way to do makeup in a way that doesn't clash with that, so I don't have to find myself crying in the bathroom again next time I try.
I've been there. I've been there.
Oh, you have my condolences.
Alright, so
What's the word? Nope, forgot it.
It's gone.
I
Out of the hat.
return.
welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Nell.
Alright, so we shall move on to the last round of questions.
Ooh.
Oh no, not the final round!
Scorn,
Final round. Duel 1. Fight.
Scorn, you start us off.
Find your flame.
Find your flame.
Heaven or hell, live or let die.
Oh, hold
Find your
on.
notes.
Heaven
The wheel
or
of fate
hell.
is turning.
Duel 1. The wheel of
Mankind
fate is turning.
Knew
Rebel
they could
one,
not change
action.
society. So instead of reflecting on themselves,
Yeah.
they blamed the beasts.
Heaven or
Carry
hell.
on, let the sun- Okay, enough Guilty Gear. Bits.
Are we
Sorry.
devolved? I'm okay. Let's devolve into Guilty. Hey, guy, who wants to talk about Guilty Gear?
Scorn.
Woo!
I mean,
we, have the we finished Interlude 1 Clowns. Let's continue on with Interlude 2 Guilty Gear.
Oh my god.
we're gonna hit all my special interest at this point. We're already here.
See you here in 3 hours when we finally managed to conclude the interview.
Okay. Let's get a bit serious here.
Okay.
Okay. Apologies, Lumi.
Just get out of here, pickles.
Okay. Here, I got one I can direct towards Nell's side. Nell, with the growing popularity as well with the channel, how have you been finding yourself balancing your two, essentially, I don't want to say lives of what you do, but being a general Twitch streamer, streaming games and such, and the Treasure Tales side of the business now?
What is sleep?
You better be sleeping, or I will use the brick of sleeping.
No, in all seriousness, I think I get on average 4.5 to 5 hours sleep.
Oh my god.
And to borrow the brick.
I mean, I can't
Yeah.
talk. I'm a known insomniac, but
Because on top of all this, I still work a job.
yes.
So basically, we have the streams on the weekends for games. So Dragon Ball on Saturday, Dimension Chasers on Sunday. Tales, when we do Tales recordings, those are on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Which we'll be recording the next one after we drop the next episode, so that way we can be a little bit more consistent on recording and dropping.
Mhm.
Mondays is supposed to be the Mel streams day, but the last couple weeks have been stuck with me doing editing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
If I remember, you used to do Mega 10 stuff on Mondays.
yes, and I want to get back to that. I want to get back to that so bad. And then, like, essentially for Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I'm supposed to get whatever editing stuff needs to be done. And it's like,
A pack schedule.
what is sleep?
That, I
Because
guess
I
that
also
is-
do collabs too, right? Like every
Oh, yeah.
second Thursday, I'm over with Ryu teaching him about Dragon Quest.
All right,
Good on you.
that.
I have 100% OJ with Vi, Wisty, and Mazi.
Mhm.
I want to do more model building streams with Wisty and Vi as well.
Ooh.
I have stuff to build and paint. We just gotta pick a time.
I don't. I need to pick up stuff.
I think Wisty has stuff for you. We need to get her to mail you kits.
True, but at the same token, like, I want to get my own kits too, so that I can do more than just
Do you
one
see
stream.
why I'm like, don't give her ideas?
Mm-hmm.
Please, I need more work.
You don't need more work.
All right, so we're gonna schedule you at least one day off or half a day, so you don't,
I try. As her manager, I try so hard.
It is
Everybody
a
will-
constant battle, I assure you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, let's throw in money and force her onto a fucking, like, spa day or something.
Like, let's look at it this way: if we can get to the point where we can hire a full-time second editor,
Yeah.
then I could actually not have to worry about editing, and I can actually have time off.
You hear that? Go over to that Patreon, right?
you heard it right from, you heard it here, folks. Go to that Patreon and subscribe and help them out, because we don't want these fine folks overworking themselves to where they just can't do much of anything anymore. So make sure to check out the Patreon and the stuff they got there, and if you find it enjoyable, subscribe. And help out. Every little dollar helps.
Mm-hmm.
I will say,
Leading artist.
I will say that the amount of work that I do here for Treasure Tales on a weekly basis is nowhere near what I used to do when I was in full production mode on Call of Duty Gurus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in full production mode on Call of Duty Gurus, I was doing editing 6 to 10 hours a day, hammering out videos, because especially when Lost Belt 3 was dropping,
Oh,
because that was the one where I was in charge of that entire arc.
I remember that.
And I had how many? I think it's almost 30 videos for that storyline,
Somewhere around
which
there.
was more than double like the previous belt.
Not to mention you were helping out with some
And,
things too.
I was helping out with other videos on the side, and I was also that was around the time that I received my my work injury, where I ended up essentially losing the ability to move my arms and hands for like a month and a half, and then having to basically go to physio to be able to reuse my arms. I still only have about 30% of my grip strength to this day.
I'm so sorry.
I remember that.
It sucks. It sucks. Don't get me wrong, it sucks. But the production that I do now is nowhere near as intense as I was doing back then. So it's not terrible. I just would rather be able to afford a second editor, so that way I wouldn't have to do it.
As someone who's been absolutely destroyed by the restaurant industry, I get you on those types of things.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those videos that she did back then too. It's like, even when she's shown some of it, I was like, make sure to at least rest a little bit. You're gonna hurt yourself. And
the primary thing that drove me through that was a combination of spite and guilt.
Spite and guilt will do a lot for you, honestly.
I know that feeling. Alright, so time for the final question. And this is for everyone. This means you two, Scorn.
Uh-oh.
Now,
Whoever gets this one wins.
oh no, everyone wins with this one. So, out of all the episodes / content you guys have made on Treasure Tales between Dimension Chasers, between Dimension Chasers, Tales of Harmonious Error, and Dragon Ball Next, what episode would you like to see animated, or what scene?
I have two answers to that. Either episode 5 or episode, I think it's 29 of Dimension Chasers. Let me double check the DC one, but the second, 29.
Episode 5 with Crest Knight, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 5 is Crest Knight's first appearance, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one I would like to see animated has yet to air.
Oh.
Because I've been headcanoning what I want to happen for it for a very, very long time, to the point where if I can find budget for it, I'm going to see about getting an animatic for it.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so episode 29, When Stars Collide, that is Fire versus Shen, and that is such an intense duel from start to finish.
I'll second that one, too.
That one's definitely up there for me. I agree.
One that might be a little left field to some is I would love to see the Amit fight animated, just
I was
because
considering the Orbit fight as well. That one was really good.
it's really intense. Just the emotions that brings up and the door that it opens to the rest of the series. It's kind of just the portal that leads to everything.
It's the first critical moment of that dimensional instability really getting cracked open and seeing what could be possible within the setting.
Mm-hmm. And also,
so I think for me, it's got to be either that or the most recent Star Voyager scene, because
that was cool.
The sheer Sentai inspiration in every single moment of it was just overflowing. I adore
the whole Moonlight fight. Just
yeah, but like that particular moment was just like when it was happening and I was watching it, I was going, yes, let's go.
Set resolve.
Yeah, kind of saying you want to see the whole Moonlight fight animated. See the animation with the characters' faces of Moonlight talking shit. Like, to be fair, that whole Moonlight episode, it really hit in the tops right there.
Yeah, Vi really nailed it. Nailed it right out of the park with her performance.
I'm really glad everyone appreciates it. I am gonna keep doing my best for y'all.
And yes, Connor, you did inspire that much hype too.
As I keep trying to tell you, buddy, people like your character, Connor.
It's true.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what episode this is from because I watched most of DC on the live streams, and so the episode numbers are kind of a blur for me. But I think the first appearance of Armored Maiden Riza
Ooh.
Mhm.
would
that's a
be
good one.
really cool to see. I'm here.
That
for it.
one was.
The design of
I
Fighting
never-
for Riza is great.
I never forget time to die.
Mhm.
Love that moment.
A lot of the perfect draws feel like game mechanic moments. That one didn't. That felt like a huge story moment
Mhm.
to me. And it really stuck with me because of that.
Everyone's favorite fucked up little Glorbo.
hmm It was just such a good moment because it felt like everything Amy didn't want in that moment.
Hmm.
It felt like the Skull Greymon moment kind of thing, if you get my
Ew!
drift.
That was
Yeah,
exactly what I was
yeah.
aiming for!
Yeah.
That was actually the
There you
inspiration I told Blaze that I wanted to base the card off of.
Boom.
Mhm.
When the universe
Perfect.
Well, I guess
gives you
it's Sean
what you
Bird.
need, not what you want.
Yep. If you want power, have power. Let's see how you like it.
Yeah, the whole concept of Riza was literally the Skull Greymon moment of trying to forcefully take something that she shouldn't have been able to take. In this case, she was trying to pull Hikari, but as we saw, Hikari was already scanned in the game by somebody else.
I wonder who.
I wonder. Well, now we know.
I suppose we'll never find out.
That one hit just right for me because we have so much Yu-Gi-Oh inspiration in Dimension Chasers, and the kind of weird horror elements in the
Mhm.
early Yu-Gi-Oh series tend to
Yes.
get swept under the rug, and I love those, and it hit
Yes.
that note for me.
Vi. Kindred here.
Hell yeah.
Thirding.
Yeah. Whenever you
I will
guys
say
hit those really creepy moments, they're my favorite.
I mean,
Like, the
with the story
players are.
taking
Go
sorry,
ahead,
with
I'm
the
sorry.
story taking a turn for the more getting to see the darker side of Mikona and
Mhm.
and Nexus City and Dimension Chasers, I can imagine we're probably going to get to see a few more fucked up moments like that in our future, right?
Oh no.
I
yeah.
can't say anything about that, but I will say this. You haven't seen the last of Riza.
Oh yeah.
Give
Oh,
a
no
big
way.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge to the camera.
When will Amy give into that power again?
But yeah, so I do hope everyone's had fun with this interview, had fun answering questions, and had a good time. And once again, I want to thank all the guests here. Thank you for taking the time to show up and doing this.
It was a pleasure. I just hope I
definitely.
didn't talk over everyone else too much.
Nah, you're fine. You're fine.
It's a big
Yahoo!
room. We did a great job.
Oh yeah.
I had a really nice time. Thank you for
Hold
having
on.
us, Lumi. Yes,
Oh,
no.
hold on.
Uh oh.
Lumi didn't answer his own question.
Oh, true.
Oh,
Oh.
Crap! I was busted.
yeah,
there he is. Get him.
Alright, but honestly, one I'd want to see animated at least is, not gonna lie, the first big emotional scene between Shen and Alphadane in the real world. Like when,
Right after the firefight, the first one.
yeah, when he's just running to the hospital to him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Oh, fuck. That's good.
Yeah.
Just
That hurt.
That's
just think
another
about-
moment from the early show that really stuck with me.
Yeah, just think about that anime and just think about what kind of music would go behind it, and just have Connor and Cyril just voice it out, like recreate that moment, just animate and be like, yes.
Mm-hmm. What an intense moment.
Yeah, that had such impact, and it really did a lot of character development too.
Mm-hmm. Ah, no, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Oh yeah. But yeah. Anyway, thanks again for showing up. Chat, I hope you enjoyed the interview stream. I will be holding off on uploading this for at least a week or two, just like with the previous episode, so that way a couple more episodes of DC can be released, and let the anticipation build up. And once again, thank you to all the guests. So we're gonna go and raid Golden Nova because he's still streaming.
Huzzah!
Awesome.
Very nice.
Get his ass!
Alright.
I love what his description is. The colonialism arc
Yeah.
is winding
Oh
down.
my
Kind
god.
of.
I prefer her.
And the raid message is gonna be... what would be... I got it. Truck raid! Beep beep! Food truck coming through!
Tragically, it appears that the truck horn has been replaced with the clown horn.
Even
Oh
better!
no.
You're like, oh, is that a clown car? Oh my god, it's a truck!
Look,
Clown
as
truck,
long as
that
I'm
is a whole
behind the
military.
truck this time,
Get easy Clyde by the clown truck.
He's a clown.
no.
But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you all had fun. If you enjoyed it, you're more than welcome to hit the follow and the subscribe button if you like. All up to you. And we'll see you in the next stream. This is Luminar, and with co-host Scorn and fellow guests, we'll catch y'all later. Bye.
Ciao!
Adios.
Bye everyone. Be well.
Bye.